please.
I'd like to call the meeting to order with a pledge to the flag, followed by a prayer from Jeff. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First of all, I'd like to make a moment of silence for Donald Pat Price and family. He has served our community in West Granville Fire Company for over 50 years. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and all you do for us. We ask you to bless all who is here and to help us in making good decisions for our township. We ask this in your name, Lord Jesus, and all God's people said,
Amen.
Amen.
Hanging on. Someone kick the plug out. Testing.
They're looking.
Working out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're shaking their heads, yeah.
Can you turn it up? Please?
I don't know. I don't know how to turn that off.
The
If
speaker.
the volume's outside, somebody out there will have to operate it. Oh, no, it's right there, I'm sorry.
It's already up the whole way. Okay.
First order of the business is legal business. First under legal business is canceled service with Mosby Law. Motion required.
I'll first the motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Second will be to hire new legal counsel, Frederick W. Lady. Okay, Mr. Lady is standing over there beside Sergeant Maxwell. I need a motion to retain, hire Frederick W. Lady as our new legal counsel.
I'll make a motion to hire.
I'll second the motion to hire.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Now, we have some informational sessions here, presentations. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go or pan out as far as how they're doing it. But first, we have Craig Bubb and Deanna Hassinger from MCMA, which is Mifflin County Municipal Authority. I'll turn things over to them. You guys ready?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Craig and I are from the local water office. We're here to give you some information about the water resources as they relate to the data center, where we are in the planning processes, and where we would go moving forward. Because it didn't even hit our starting blocks yet. We have we listed it out as 7 steps as far as the process that it takes to come talk to us for water, and where we end up then when we finally become a water customer. That's listed in here. I will post this on our website. I would encourage everyone. I'll let, I can't hear.
Maybe the talking.
Shit.
Here's you talk.
Can you guys hear me better now? Oh, my, thumbs up. So Craig and I are from the Mifflin County Municipal Authority Water Office. We're going to provide some information today on the process to get water service, and also information about the actual water, how much water we have. We have information about our top 10 customers. This will all be posted on our website, And I have some handouts in here that you can take to, that will direct you to our website. So as far as project approval goes, it takes everyone. There's a large group of people that are a part of this process. The very first meeting was held in April, April 15th. And it was the developer who came in and provided the information that you, I believe, can review in your hands. So that was the very first thing. They looked at the area, talked to the township. The township pulled us in as far as water, because water is a local important part of that whole process. There's also electric, sewer, Mifflin County planning, fiber optic, and regulatory. We report to the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. We take data daily. We record it monthly. So we're in constant contact with them as far as water quality, water use. That's on a monthly basis reported. And then also regulatory from the Susquehanna River Basin, which is SRBC. So our new water service process, like I said, it's at least a 7-step process. Some of these processes locally, our local high school, when we started that process, from day one to those doors opening, was it 7 years, 6 to 7 years? This process takes time. So that's just one example. We've had other examples that we've talked to people. We've talked to marijuana producers. We've talked to Dollar Generals. They're free, or they're everywhere in the community. Some go, some don't. That's at the stage we're at with this right now. We feel like we've not even kind of buckled in to get down this road. It was the very first meeting. With that being said, the information that we have is the information that we would give anybody coming into the area for water service.
You're doing a good job.
Just keep going, yeah. Don't worry about them. They need to be quiet.
Again, so I have these steps, they're all listed. I'm gonna just turn it over to Craig. You guys are welcome to read it. I'll get it posted as soon as I get back to the office. But I feel we're in the very early stages of that, and just know that the people that you're, I guess, entrusting with this process, a lot of what we do every day, I don't wanna say it's taken for granted, but we work very hard to make sure when you turn that spigot, the water comes out. There's a lot more to it than I think what a lot of people think. So just know that we have your best interest, and
I think that's funny too.
best interest at heart, and we'll work to make things work. So I'm gonna turn it over to Craig Bubb, our director.
Good morning. I'm just gonna, if we get an application for service or we get a request for service, by law, by statute, we don't get to pick and choose who we serve. Any industry, and we've talked to many different things that have come across my desk, Deanna's desk, that never see the light of day just because something's not right. She mentioned the marijuana growing center out in Derry Township. Penelec couldn't serve their electric needs. So it never even got past our first step. This might be no different than that as far as we're concerned. We do not, if we have the capacity to serve a customer, we are required to serve them, okay? Just because we like them or don't like them, we don't have an opinion on it, okay? So I just wanna give you some facts. These two documents are guidance for how much water the state of Pennsylvania allows us to draw on a daily basis. DEP water allocation permit for our dam is 3.5 million gallons a day we're allowed to take out of that reservoir. Susquehanna River Basin Commission gives us 2.6 million gallons a day to take out of our 3 production wells. So we have the ability and we have the resources at our treatment plant to treat 6 million gallons of water a day. Okay? Currently, we produce 2.8 million gallons a day, so we're not even using half of our capacity, okay?
What about the, what's it called, the usage? What's it called? The loss report. Are those published anywhere?
The water loss reports.
Oh, yeah.
Written
Website.
Yeah, they're on.
Okay, okay.
Yep, we're about 15%.
When they first presented, was it a data center or a warehouse to you guys? When they first came in and met?
The first thing that I saw was that pamphlet that everybody's
Which was
passing
what?
around.
Was it a data center or a warehouse?
Data center.
So they actually presented it as a data center? And how much capacity, assuming that they hook on, do we have left for our citizens and other businesses?
They haven't actually asked us for anything yet, so we don't know.
So then we didn't tell them yes or no that they could hook on?
Oh, we have to evaluate them just like we would anybody else. So if they come in and say, we need 3 million gallons of water a day, I can't do it.
But how
Can't
much
do
do we
it.
have to leave left for other citizens and or businesses before we can say yes or no?
That would be a decision by our engineers and our board, and we'd have to talk about it. We're not gonna sell every drop of water to one customer. We can't do that.
Okay.
We can't do that.
So if they come in and say that their consumption rate is going to be higher than you can produce, what do you say?
We can't do that.
Sir, what's your name?
Michael Leeper.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can't do that.
That's what the
Yeah,
allocation-
That's what the allocation
We're-
report does, yeah.
We
So how
have
much
to
have we
stay-
allocated to the data center right now?
0.
I just have a question. My name is Liz Fisher.
Thank you.
For the allocations, right? So what's our built-in risk, level? I assume we have some built-in level of that we have to save for us. I think that's what everybody's trying to get to. What's our risk level where we can't go below because we have that risk factor in there?
That's what everybody's worried about right there.
Okay, well, we have those numbers. The residents from our water usage, they use 1.4 million gallons a day. And this will be posted. Then our top 10 customers use, the everyday residents use 1.4 million out of 6 million. The rest of the top 10, that's our industries, that's the Standard, Phillips, First Quality, they use 485,000 per day. So that total is less, about 30%. So we have 70% of allocation left with giving an estimate to the data center of 700,000 gallons per day.
I have a question. What safety measures are in effect with this? Because not long ago, the dam, trucking the dam, okay? We're having problems, are we safe or not?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, let me finish. You had, are they water fields or reservoirs that you can draw from? Is that correct? But I was told that equipment there at the reservoir filtering plant was not working. You could not draw that water from those water fields. Now, what kind of safety measure do you have in effect if you put this data center in and something goes wrong? Where's your safety? Who's responsible to make that equipment, to keep that, make sure that equipment in that filtering plant is up to date? When you go to switch something on and it doesn't work, how long? When was the last time that piece of equipment was checked to make sure it's working condition for,
Those wells are tested once a week, or checked on once a week. We're required to run them quarterly. So we run those wells quarterly. In fact, we just ran them last week, 72 hours.
okay, but how,
Okay.
who checked? Who checked to make sure that,
We have
that
10,
piece of
we have
equipment
10
works?
certified operators at the treatment plant. We have 3 staff members and 7 union filter plant operators. So
Why didn't that equipment work?
Penelec's transformer blew up at the end of Maple Street.
Okay, so you're blaming it on Penelec. That's what you said.
That was the
Okay,
fact.
okay, because.
We
their
showed up and turned the wells on and
their
then elect was there, and
transformer
no one
could
didn't
not
have
keep-
power.
Their transformer could not
That'll
keep
never
up.
happen
I
again.
got news for you. You get a wind out our way, my power goes off.
Same.
During,
I don't have anything to do with that one.
well, you just
That
said
is,
that
that is what happened there.
Then I'm going
The
to-
fact
I'm-
of the
I'm
situation
going to Penn
was.
Electric First Energy and ask them why they can't keep up my electricity. I ended up in the hospital when the tornado came through because I didn't have power. They couldn't even keep up.
That is what happened. That's why the
Well,
well
that's what
source
I want to
didn't.
know.
So
Why
that
didn't
is
you come out with this?
the fact behind it. We did.
You know, the dialysis center had to have a big tank of water brought in.
Right, that's their
That's what
emergency
I'm saying.
provision for.
What are you
water.
doing to make sure that these places have the water?
We work with them directly, and that's part of their.
This would have
emergency
all been a
response
lot
plan.
quelled if,
Okay,
instead of
let's,
chastising us, you
I'm
would have
gonna
said it
interject here.
online.
Another lady over there.
I want to interject here. All right, first of all, you need to be recognized. Okay, second of all, we do have a time limit that can be invoked of 3 minutes. It is ordinance. As long as these people want to field, yes. But I think you get the answers for these people. If you want to see other people, go see those other people, okay? We're here for them to make a presentation on a certain aspect of their, so to speak, business. So I don't want to have to do that, but people want to speak, and it's going to be long here, and I don't mind spending the time, but I don't want redundancy for it to continue on to another topic involving something that is not directly related. Okay? We're going to operate status quo, that everybody will limit things. I would appreciate if it's already addressed, kind of don't address it again. There's 11 people, I think, on the agenda here just for the first part of this meeting. Okay?
Two other people have
Yeah.
questions for you.
They're having trouble hearing outside. Maybe, do you want to come up?
You can repeat the question.
None of us can hear you out here. I'm not to use the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is just about droughts. We've been having a lot more of them, and last summer that reservoir was pretty low.
Louder.
You have to talk closer. Droughts. I'm worried about droughts and water, lack of water and what happens in this case.
So I brought our drought contingency plan. We have an approved plan through the DEP. Right here. Okay, so this is a 10-page report prepared by our engineer. This is our state-approved drought contingency plan. 22 feet below the overflow does not trigger the first step in our drought contingency plan, okay? 24 feet is the first action, and that's a voluntary water, advise the public that they are requested to voluntarily conserve water. That's it, okay? When we drop to 36 feet, and then we get to a mandatory restriction on non-essential water use. So water in your lawn, washing your car, pressure washing your house, that's that trigger, okay? We've only ever hit that trigger since 1972 once, and it wasn't because of a drought, it was because we had mandatory maintenance we had to do on our intake tower. We had to replace a valve 40 feet below the surface. So that is the only time since 1972 that we've ever got to that trigger point, okay? So the reservoir contains 1 billion gallons of water. When it's at capacity, it has 1 billion gallons of water. Last year, we produced 982,000 gallons of water, or 982 million gallons of water to our customers. Okay, so if the 3 streams flowing into that reservoir dry up and it doesn't rain for an entire year, none of which is ever going to happen. There is
You want to hear
still
God
1 billion
laugh, tell him your
gallons of
plan.
water. What's that?
You want to hear God laugh, tell him your plan, Craig.
Ask a question.
Okay, we're going to raise our hands here. Okay. If you have something to say, yes. Is that clear to everybody here? They understand what I'm saying?
Please
That
state your name.
procedure here.
My name is Linda Shoup.
She can come up and speak to what your quarters.
Correct me if I misunderstood what you said. So you say we can process 6 million gallons. The residents use 2.8 million? Well, okay, we say residents and businesses together use about 2.8. And saying this data center wants to use 3 million. Can we allow them to use the 3 million?
Back to the back.
Mike Leeper. We're talking about the municipal water supply. What about, is the proposal from the data center have anything, do they have any contingency in there about well water, drawing well water? Because well water, I think, you could basically deplete, there's a lot of people in Granville Township that are on well water and not municipal water. So I think that has to be part of this whole, situation. We're just talking about the municipal water. We need to talk about well water as well from the data center. Thank you.
Yeah, so they would have to draw water from a well. They would have to get a permit from SRBC for anything over 100,000 gallons a day. Lewistown Country Club has a permit from SRBC to draw water for their irrigation system. So anybody that uses more than 100,000 gallons a day has to get approval from SRBC. At that point, the SRBC can tell them how much water they can take and where they can take it from. It is a 5-year process, okay? So there's the high likelihood that they would not even look at a groundwater source because they would have to do their own treatment. They'd have to do all that stuff to go into their cooling lines. They haven't asked us for anything yet, so I don't know if they have a plan, a backup plan or not. They ask us if we had water capacity available and if we had the resources and the lines to supply it, and we do.
Chris Tressler speaking. So bottom line is, we do not have a plan in place on a cap to protect our residents of Midland County. Is that what I'm hearing? What's the cap then? What can this data center draw? What's the cap? I think that's what everyone wants to know. What's the cap? We're trying to understand how much they can draw and what's in reserve for other businesses and residents of Midland County. And we haven't, from what I hear, we haven't done the work.
I mean, we do too.
So,
3?
okay, so then this
We can only
business.
draw so much.
No, there's 3.2 left. There's 6 million and there's 3.2 left, right? Because right now we're pushing out 2.8. So how much are we going to allow this new business, whether it's another First Quality, a data center, no matter what it is, how much can they draw? What's the cap?
We would evaluate that based on what they ask us for.
Okay, now, a minute ago, you told me 3 million was a no.
3 million.
I think that's what everyone wants to understand is, are we going to protect the quality of life for every other citizen, specifically in Mifflin County and in Granville Township?
Or other businesses.
I think that's the question, and I don't think we have the answer to that. Hopefully that's why you're here.
We don't have that number yet. I mean, we've done a little bit of research. We've not even got to that point with the data center.
There's some protection in place for this community.
There is. I mean, the state itself is that protection.
This is just the water.
We're gonna get one new business to full capacity.
No.
Okay, what are the protections against a new business? That's, I think, what we're asking.
That's exactly what we're asking.
Doesn't matter what it is. What is it?
Okay, once again, we're going to be recognized here, whether it's myself or Mr. Bubb or Mrs. Hassinger. Yes.
I didn't get an answer.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
What's your question?
My question is, you guys have this data center. Why can't you force them, and I mean force them to supply their own water and supply their own electric? Have their own system, an independent system. That is possible. And as far as Governor Shapiro, it's like talking to a wall.
Craig, the lady in the back there.
Yeah.
We have protections for our citizens, for the current businesses, for new businesses to come on site, whoever they may be, certain capacities that they can draw. I understand we have 6 million total. Do we give them the full rest of the capacity? What is the max that we allow? What is the protection?
Could I interject something here, please? He gave you the totals for the industries.
We have totals.
What?
We have the totals. They shared the.
So just for instance,
Just think about, all those industries, the standard uses a tremendous amount.
A business that's been here for over 200 years and employs hundreds of local.
I'm not even there.
Okay, I would like them to answer my question. Thank you.
Standard Steel uses 250,000 gallons every day. Standard Steel, by far the biggest customer. For instance, this is the this is the first step in our process. We get a letter with plans, with whatever, that ask us for capacity. So in this instance, I just brought one from the new Philips ultrasound expansion. Their request was for a 9,852 square foot addition. The anticipated consumption is an additional 41,000 gallons per day. Okay? This is what we need to even begin to evaluate what a new customer is going to ask for. The last line of this says, MCMA, by issuing this letter, is indicating that it can or cannot currently or in the future meet the customer's estimated service requirements. This letter is subject to customers' acceptance of the existing system pressure and flow and current rules and regulations. So we can't evaluate anything until we get this, and we have not gotten this.
So when you look at the data that's going to be presented, we put it in at 700,000 gallons per day. That is probably what we're estimating based on research, based on looking at some other consumption data from a data center, that's how much water they could use every day. We don't know until, like Craig said, we get that information. But at 700,000, we still have 70% of our capacity left. So
How much capacity is left, you said?
70. So until we would get,
You're already at 50.
not of 6 million, we do.
You're at 2.8.
We want to hear what you're talking about.
You're actually at 3.7 when you consider the
confused.
15% in your loss report.
Yeah.
So that's almost $1 million that you're
Right,
losing.
and so even at that, we're still at 60%.
That math doesn't, that math's not adding
Is
up.
there any protection?
Math doesn't math.
We would evaluate that on a case-by-case basis as those businesses came in.
Can we be proactive in getting some laws?
That's what I'm trying to say we will for you. we would not have them come in and say, we need 5 million a day. I mean, we put them on the
So
curb.
they can have it, right? The capacity exists. We have capacity, that's great. Who gets to decide who takes all of it? What's our threshold of a cushion for new businesses that employ people, or for citizens when there's a drought?
And there's steps to increase our capacity. We've looked at that. Our capacity has changed over the years. So what you would do in that case is you would go back and get your allocation plan reevaluated by the state. So again, we wouldn't act at this point based on the estimate that we have of 700,000, which we think is high. We've not gotten anything. Until we get that, we'll publish it, check our website, it'll be out there when we get it. We don't have it as of now.
Okay, I think this young lady over here in the floor was next.
Please.
Come up here and talk. Can you come up here and talk in the mic? I can hear you outside.
And my question, I'm sorry, has already been mentioned. I don't receive information that well when I need to see papers. Is there a developmental clause, like if there's potential developmental stuff in Mifflin County, right? Like if a new library would open up in Reedsville, or there'd be other businesses that are potential to come to the county. Is there like something we keep behind, like in case potential growth happens? Is there a clause for that?
It's part of the allocation.
That's just my question.
Right,
So now,
right,
any community
right.
resources, like if there would be a new community center, would there be?
Right. Yeah. So a lot of our work is also backed up by the engineers and the municipal officials, in this case, the township supervisors, their legal team, their engineering team. They have to apply. The first step for us is this. The reason they need that intent letter is because they need to check that box on the land development plan. Correct? Okay? So, in order to get a land development plan, they come to us, they go to UGI, they go to the sewer, they go to the whatever. They have to know that they're going to have that capacity or the ability to use that utility. Then it goes to the township or the borough or the county. That plan gets reviewed, approved, and everything, and it's not until after that land development plan is approved by the municipality do we get the next call with, we have approved plans, here's our design, here's what the township is going to allow us to do, can you still serve it? And I can tell you, there have been a lot of land development plans that I have plans for that the development never went through for whatever reason. So
We have, as a community, a right to vote for that.
unfortunately.
Just answer the question, no. Just say no, they don't. That's what.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you was here on April 15th, you had your engineer and stuff here. No talk what kind of gallons was going to be submitted in this project. But we didn't receive nothing until the 19th. And you had your engineer here, I understand. You had McGrosky here.
Yep.
From the water board.
Yep.
And
He's our foreman.
But all that there, your engineer didn't even know what was going on. What did they ask you at that meeting? We have no concept what went on at that meeting. I got it 19 days later that there was even something going on. I got this handed 15 minutes before the last meeting to us.
It's just a pre-planned.
You had to tell them something. They asked you, can you handle water or not? What are you going to do for us? Did they ask you questions if you could supply it?
Yeah.
And what did you tell them? You could?
We said, you
could
let
do
us
that or
know
someone
what
could
your
do that.
value is, and we can negotiate with you if we can't supply that. Look, there's a bunch of different technologies out there, open loop, closed loop, whatever. Standard Steel used to use 500 to 700,000 gallons a day. They put big recycling in, they draw water out of Kish Creek, they discharge back into Kish Creek. There are a lot of different methods to cool these processors. We haven't seen plans to know even what kind of system they're going to install. We don't know.
But you don't know until you lock it.
We can serve them.
So you done told them that without
We
knowing
can
the
serve them.
volume, yeah, without the volume they wanted.
They don't even know the volume they want. So,
Well, I'm getting at, you need to know the volume before you go to tell them that it's supply.
right, that's what we
Be able
do.
to do that.
Yeah. That's up to them to come to us.
This is all an exploratory state. Nothing is set in stone. They came to see if in fact that there might be availability for that.
Got another,
Okay, I think they are.
are you done, or can we take a couple more questions on it?
Sure.
We have two brief questions here, and they're done.
Can't hear him.
Gary, I'm sorry, I have a little hard time hearing sometimes. Did I just hear you correctly? You said they had meetings and you weren't even aware that they were having these meetings? Who was involved in them? I want to know. Who was at these meetings?
Ashley, maybe she can tell you who all was there.
Way to go.
It's gonna bump.
She's got to answer first.
I can't state everybody's name because in the meeting I was only there as an observer. It was standard procedure for anyone wanting to talk about zoning and use with our engineers.
Well, there was, how many people from the water company? 3? From your water company? There was 3 from Stratus 1, right? 3 people represented from Stratus 1, Jake Foreman's office. There was 3 people from the data center I found out was there, right? There was, huh?
Can you give him the
And that is standard
microphone so
procedure
everybody
for
can
like-
hear?
And, Brian Blue, Brian, you were there also? And
They need to hear this outside, Carrie.
okay, so we had 3 people from Stratus 1 there at that meeting. We had 3 people from the data center operation there. We had 3 people from the water company. We had Mary, our manager here at the township, Ashley, and Travis and Brian Bloom. Was anybody else there at that meeting? Did you know that? Steve was there as well. Who was? Steve was there also.
Can't hear anything.
So, you know, we as supervisors never got this here data, this here book, that book till 15 minutes before the last meeting. You guys knew about this 19 days before supervisor of this township.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
Any other development?
Talk to us! There's more of us down here that want to talk to
We
you!
should be letting every supervisor every time on a meeting.
I want to know everyone, whether anybody asked any questions about zoning, one on it.
There's standing here. This is calm in here.
Oh, he's still just
Close the window.
They work.
Oh, the cord's in there.
Okay, once again, I feel we're digressing here. Thank you, Mr. Bubb. I know you're nominated.
Wonder who recorded the meeting minutes. It's not on the township
Thank
page.
you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Do you mind if I take this seat?
You can write it again.
I can't talk too loud.
There you go.
What is next? They have citizen comments after the meeting, or they want to answer them or not? All the citizens outside there would probably like to talk, you know, they have the right to speak.
Well, we have, citizens Brian Blue, and we have Hartzler on that.
I'm going to let some handouts here, we'll direct you to our website. I would encourage everyone to keep an eye on the website, and there's also a form on the contact us page, and you can contact us that way.
I did. He didn't respond back.
The responses will direct you most likely to the website where we'll post the facts. based on what we've seen as far as the public comment, a lot of things are coming out and it's not repeated factually. So we'll try to put that information on the website and we'll publish it for everyone. Okay?
That's perfect.
Okay, good.
I'd
like to say one thing.
Yeah, next time they
Just
take
one
some
thing.
shit.
Have any of you guys read the Constitution, Pennsylvania Constitution? Article 1, Section 27. Read.
What's your name?
Read.
Read it.
Larry.
What's your name, sir?
P-U-R-K-E, Larry. You need to read it. Because what you're going for, you can't do. Good one, buddy. It's in Pennsylvania Constitution, right here. You better read it. We do have a lawyer, by the way.
Okay, would you give us the name of your lawyer and he needs the version of our lawyer?
Pardon me?
Would you give us the name of your lawyer?
Mr. Puto.
Why are you hiding from us?
I don't have a lawyer. I'm just. You said we have a lawyer.
We have a lawyer, he's outside. He'd like to probably be in here to hear this. He just got
Get
here.
the people on the agenda here. We have a capacity of 45 in this room.
Two just
By law.
left.
There's 2 empty chairs.
She just left.
There's plenty of room here.
Okay, now, once again, there's 45 minutes, okay, and I don't want to say anything, but if we're going to get through this, I asked everybody to be reasonable, okay, that we can move through the agenda as set. Okay, next we have our engineer, Brian Bloom, is the good-looking young fella, and the guy that has a receding hair is Stephen Sewell. They're from the Eads group out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. They are our engineers.
If it works for you guys, we're gonna have Travis come up with us, just since it's all interrelated.
Right, and we have Travis Hartzler here, our sewer and water foreman, okay? Boys?
Guys, can you hear us outside at all?
They want you out.
I'm gonna try to be as loud as I can without making everybody in here deaf. My name is Brian Bloom. I work with the Eads group with the proposal. Now, as the township secretary had mentioned, it's part of their standard land development procedures. I believe that they are updating those, so at least the township supervisors have an understanding of the meetings. Correct, Ashley? Okay. Again, when we went to this meeting, we were looking at it in terms of, roadways going in and out of there, which we did have concerns. We voiced those concerns. Obviously, we looked at it in terms of a sewer aspect as well. We are currently in the process of a fairly extensive sewer project in the future, and we just completed one on the State Route 333 corridor. So we have a pretty good understanding of our sewer system. So we know we have a pretty good understanding of the capacities we have and what restrictions we would have in what areas. That being said, obviously the data center developers did not give us any kind of actual flows that they are looking for. Obviously, Craig Bubb was there. He said of the quantity they have available out of their sources, whether they can commit them or not, we don't know that. We know what our capacity is, that we are permitted from the Department of Environmental Protection. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Liz Fisher. You can repeat my question, but I do have a question as to whether the data center would be applying for a pre-treatment permit, and would they be then discharging into our treatment facility? The second part of my question. The second part of my question
What's
is,
this gonna do to our taxes?
are we aware that for the last 12 quarters, 11 of those, we've been in violation for the last 11 out of 12 quarters for our Granville Township sewer treatment facility? So I'm just asking the question, are we going to be able to take, even if they have a pre-treatment plan that they're submitting to you engineers, if they have a pre-treatment plan and then they're going to send to our facility, or maybe they have their own treatment facility plan that they're going to apply for a permit from DEP. I'm just asking, are we going to be able to handle that? Are we going to correct our own notice of violations, as we've had two, one in January of 24 and one in September of 21. We've had those violations, and as I said, we are out of compliance 11 of the last 12 quarters for our own Granville Township sewer treatment facility. That is published information on the EPA website. I know our permit runs through the Department of Environmental Protection from the state. That's because EPA has a agreement with our state, and I understand these permits. So I'm just asking: are we going to clear our own crap up before we take somebody else's?
No pun intended.
Liz Fisher. Yes.
Liz, thank you very much for the questions. I'm going to let Travis handle the question about the treatment facility, and then I'll answer the other part. If that works for you?
Yes, of course. I just want the right information. I want to know how we're going to handle it. Are we going to?
Well, I can honestly say I'm not aware of the violations since I've been put in charge.
I can help you with that. I've been in environmental health and safety professional for over 20 years. I'm happy to educate anyone who wants the information.
Yes, the proper upgrades, whatever they're proposed,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Okay.
There would have to be upgrades done to our infrastructure, basically on their dime.
Okay.
That's but to get in compliance with whatever they want to bring over our purview.
Okay. I mean, whatever you can help with, whatever you guys can explain, I would appreciate, because we're all residents here.
Yeah, and you asked about the industrial pre-treatment.
Yes.
Yeah, the township does have industrial pre-treatment limits set by EPA,
Which they've been violating for 11 out of the 12 last quarters.
They asked, they know what they are. They look, we gave the rules and regs.
Right.
So we don't know what they're proposing, if it's on contact water or anything. We said we can't take.
So we don't even know if they're having a closed loop system.
We have no
idea.
idea.
Even if they have a closed loop system, they're going to have blowdowns on those cooling towers, and that's going to introduce contaminants. So they're going to have to treat that water before they discharge it. So I'm sure you guys, as engineers, are aware of this. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and our residents understand that. And just having a pre-treatment limit or a pre-treatment permit or permits, that also means that's a permit to discharge pollutants, right? It just means that they have to keep those pollutants to a certain level. They're still discharging those pollutants. And even as we know, you might discharge those pollutants. You're testing what, monthly, quarterly, monthly, I believe?
We send you 2 samples out a week.
So you're doing 2 samples a week?
Yeah, 2 samples a week, that's every week.
Are you averaging them quarterly? How do you submit that to the state?
Yeah, so there's a format we fill out, and that's how everything gets formatted out, filled out.
Is it sent to the state weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly?
That's monthly.
Monthly?
Yep, and the department gets a copy of the lab paperwork.
Right. So, is it because our averages were so high for one bad sample that's why we're out of compliance for all these months? I just want to know. I'm sure everybody wants to know how that happened.
Liz, I think I'll mirror this from Travis. We'll look into the violations that you're stating.
Yeah.
I know every so often if we have a sample that's taken on a dry day that has a higher or an average concentration.
The solution to pollution is not dilution. I'm just saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll absolutely look into them. I mean, we'll take a look at the monthly reports that we do submit.
Well, I'm happy.
How are we going to know what you find?
Please come to the next township meeting and ask.
I'm happy to give you my email address. I'm happy to share it to the page that's been created for the data center.
Liz, if you want to submit any questions to the township, we're more than likely to answer them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz.
I appreciate that.
We got questions
I'm by no means the expert that Liz is, but I wanted to, well, two questions I have is if you guys have been in violation as many times as Liz is saying you are the people running this. How do you not know it? How do you not know this information that she has? You're lying. You're lying. You know what's going on. And number two, this place that they're going to put in is, I'm told if I've done my research correctly, is going to have all kinds of heavy metals and nasty chemicals in their water. Your systems are designed to handle manure. They're not designed to handle heavy metals and chemicals.
I'm happy to send you the violations.
Sir, what was your name?
Nate Fish.
Nate?
Yes.
Nate. Hey, again, thank you very much for the comments. We will look into the violations. And like we said, our industrial pretreatment will limit any kind of heavy metals. They'll have to abide by how often they need to sample. And if they can't abide by that, then obviously we won't be able to take that.
My concern is always, when you sample it, it's too late, right? The discharge has already happened. Your effluent has left the facility, right? And you're sampling that stuff that's already left the facility. And so those, even if the data center gets a plan or gets a permit to treat their own effluent, it's already too late. Like once that effluent's out and they send that sample in, you know what I mean? By the time they know it's bad, it's already out there. And that's my concern for everybody, to share with everybody. I'm sorry.
I think this man over here was
Just real quick, you said you went out and evaluated the property?
No, we did not.
You never went out to the property?
No.
You've never been out to the property?
I've been past the property.
We said you evaluated the roads.
Yeah, on the plans that they had submitted, it's the industrial park area, so we know of the capacities on the
So
industrial
is it
park.
ironic that the roads just got paved recently, like last summer, and the new electrical lines just came in to the industrial park? Is that coincidental?
We can't answer that. We don't know anything in those regards.
What's your name, sir? Brian Barker.
Obviously, Middle Road Industrial Park Road received a lot of traffic. I'm sure the township evaluated it in terms of its longevity and decided it was better to pave it or top coat it now rather than let it deteriorate to where it needed base work.
Now downcast over at Jordan.
Okay.
There's an industrial after, yeah.
Back to Liz's point, if in fact that the violations are a fact, and Travis, you said that any infrastructure would be on their dime. Violations, I think Liz can back me up on this, is they don't stop the flow if you have a violation.
Exactly.
The flow continues.
Yep.
We, the people, the township, get fined. That's our money to pay the fine if we don't correct the issues.
Again, as I mentioned, guys, we're going to look into the violations, see if and when they were, and find the cause. Anytime we do have a violation, we have to submit a cause and a solution that we completed to the department. So we'll evaluate those on a case-by-case basis and see if it's an ongoing issue.
Can you post it publicly for all to see your violations? What have you found out?
If the township supervisors are all right with that.
Why not? I don't know that, you know that we had that.
It's on the website, and I have your permit. So they basically all take it as a
We need to ask what plans.
I just want to clarify a couple things that I thought I heard, I want to make sure I have it correct. You guys are engineers and employees. You did mention that you were looking at the roadway, so that it would be any necessary changes would be on the dime of the developer, correct?
That would be correct.
So if new roads need to be paved or created, they would pave those.
That would be correct.
And what about sustained damage from the construction equipment that will come in? They will be still required to pay, fix when they're done constructing that facility.
Yes, the
correct?
township would most likely require a bond.
Okay.
So is that in writing?
Do we ever require deconditioning bonds for these projects?
Absolutely.
Okay. And my second question is about the water. Will we be testing, kind of like Lisa suggested, will we test any water prior to it being released into the system or in the river or wherever they're planning on releasing it? And if it is just released into the river, will it harm people's well water? And also, will we end up having any restrictions on the residents' water use because of the massive use of water by the data center?
So thank you very much for your question. I can't speak in terms of if they would receive a discharge permit to the river from the Department of Environmental Protection. If they do discharge it to our sewer system, our industrial pretreatment shows they have to sample before it discharges to us. Obviously, as Liz mentioned, these samples do have a turnaround period of a week or so. So, we're going to be getting that. We do have the ability to come onto their property and test that at random occasions in case we have suspicions that they're tampering with their samples. Our industrial pretreatment does state us that we're allowed to be on there and sample ourselves.
Let me say something real quick.
Something I forgot to mention here before we started is, and I think a lot of these things will be addressed when this is finalized, is
What?
Hey, you let me finish and then I'll tell you. Finalize means into, please listen to me. Finalize as to what is in and what's not and what needs addressed when Mr. Lighty is done writing our data center ordinance. These things are new, okay? It just gets thrown on you. None of you probably knew much about data centers, X amount of time ago. You don't know, and I didn't know. Okay, that's a new thing. Data centers in general. Okay, now please. So we are in the process. This man is very knowledgeable. He impressed me when we met him, I think, last Friday. He's going to work. We have to write, the first thing we have to do is we have to write an ordinance to define data centers. Everybody has to do this. Everybody has to put requirements in there, and that's what he's doing. That's the next step in the procedure. We've been in a lot of what ifs today. This was very preliminary when they came. They came like any other business, industry, or whatever, to look at the place, see what's here, try to figure out and feel out some of the local things. I'll get you, Mr. Tressler. Feel out certain things as to what was here, whatever, what might be needed.
Moratorium until you figure it out.
Why don't you let Mr. Tressler talk? I want to say something.
Okay.
Thank you for the commentary. However, there were people inside your office that did present that this was presented as a warehouse, not a data center.
We didn't know.
So,
How did you? Let me answer
all right.
that.
Okay,
Let
so
me answer that.
hang on. So I have a question. Is the Strode's Mills hookup still in place today? The Strode's Mills treatment plant hooking up into Granville, is that still in play today?
At this point, or when?
Is it a project ongoing today?
Today.
Yes or no?
We're going to address that later, I believe. This meeting.
You answer my question, I got you.
You don't know
Okay.
anything about nothing.
The project being drawn up right now, Chris, and that.
You answered my question, I understand it.
Does that have anything to do with the data center?
It's going to real soon. Come here, let me see.
I know what you're going to say, yeah.
So why was it put on hold?
Just a doormat.
Here, I'll get the mic back.
There's some.
You better.
Who?
She's a good girl. You did good.
Okay, so, all right, so how much capacity does Granville Township have right now? Stewart? Where are we at today? Where are we at today?
How's that guy beside you?
225 today, okay, and do we know what flow they're requiring?
No, we've said that already.
Do we know what temperature they're going to discharge at?
We have a limit in our industrial treatment ordinance.
What's that limit?
I believe it's 94.
What can our pumps hold, so 94 degrees?
Correct.
And how do we establish what the data center's going to discharge at? We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Okay, so, and we're going to put bylaws in place to require them to upgrade anything, correct?
Absolutely.
Do you know who we're dealing with?
Nothing that's right here does.
People that say, I'll do it, and then they sue me after that. That's what we're dealing with. Okay, but this, I'm just making sure that.
Yeah, but then the environmental impact has happened.
Yeah, then it's too late. Then we don't have anything to do.
I'd just like to say something. In case you don't know me, I'm Joe Fiore, one of the township supervisors. I'm 100% against the data center. 100%.
We need your support, Joe.
We put these people up first because, as Terry and I said, we were not aware of anything that's going on. They know more than we do. They had 2 meetings. I can understand the first meeting under SOP, but before the second meeting came apart, we should have been involved in that. They should have let us know what was going on, and they didn't. And that's the reason why they're all here right now, because we don't know any more, Terry and I don't know any more than the people out here. And we're gonna get to the bottom of us, and we're gonna try to fight this 100%.
It's a monopoly.
Don't that big guy sitting there.
Moving along.
Yeah, let's move on.
Can I say one more thing before we start?
Please, Joe.
Can you look at this projection sheet? If anybody believes any of this, you better put your rose-colored glasses on.
Absolutely.
It's a bunch of crap.
Absolutely.
Joe, I thank you for standing up and clearing the citizens of Granville Township on the shady dealings that has been going on in this office.
How many megawatt facility are they talking about building here? I don't see anybody here representing electricity.
You know the warehouse, they don't know.
They
represent the
don't
warehouse.
govern.
It's the oldest trick in the book.
Say again?
Public Utilities Commission takes care of the electricity. We don't have anything to do with that.
Can we hear how the other 2 feel about this? Joe, how we feel. Can we hear how you feel?
I am neutral on this, although I'm voting the other way, because of the fact, when we got into this, okay, as I tried to
Terry,
explain to
give him the mic.
Give him the mic.
When we got into this, as I tried to explain to everybody a minute ago, I knew nothing about it.
Oh, you lying crap.
I knew nothing about data centers and how they work or whatever. Yeah, I'll take your money. That's why I got an old 215 Outlander out there with 232 miles on it.
All right.
Let me move it on.
Tell your people to let me speak if you want. Tell them to be quiet.
Whoa, whoa.
Back it up.
Someone gonna trip over.
Okay, so I approached this with we better do some research so we know what's going on.
Yes.
And I have done research, okay, and I think that's how we should have approached it. There are state statutes involved here, and there's state case law here, so you can research that sort of thing. It takes a little bit of time. I haven't had it. I wanted to go see these things, see how much noise they make, see.
Let's go ahead. Just keep going.
To see what was going on, visit some of the areas. I wanted to get down to Lancaster County. I forget right now the name of the township. It's
Middlesex.
Maybe Lampeter or something down there near Salunga, and talk to those township supervisors and other places like that. I was curious. I just want to see. There's a lot of things out there promoting, saying different things about different things. As someone mentioned here, there's all sorts of systems, things closed loop systems, and all the other things. And what I'm trying to say here today, it's pure conjecture because we don't know exactly what they want. They're interested in the place and this site, as they probably are other places. And with that, bearing that in mind, it's going to take a little bit to get the facts together. You can't fool them. These people that have spoken today cannot answer questions to which they don't have answers to, that they need the things they need answers to give them firm,
Your research is inadequate.
to get a firm handle in what is needed. So that's been my approach. I still have been ongoing looking at things. I will tell you that I visited one in State College on the weekend. I don't know, I guess Memorial Day weekend. I went over to Saturday. It's called Kinetics. It's out on Science Drive, very near the Weather Channel station out there. And I went back and...
It's only 5 acres. It doesn't even compare.
Right, and it's for the Penn State itself.
It's not the same thing. Not even close. Apples and oranges.
Okay, if you would listen to me,
it's irrelevant.
I don't think it's Kinetics have it now. Okay, what I did notice when I went back, it's a very nice building. It's not a warehouse. Okay,
great.
And
Let's move on.
I thought, where's the name or where's the noise? And I didn't hear anything. It's right at the front door. So I rolled down the window and I didn't hear anything.
It's not an AI data center. It's different. It's completely different. We know about it. You didn't inform us of anything.
I'll stand corrected, but I will go to the one down there. Now, I'm expressing my point that I was doing some research, which I stated before.
Keep trying now.
Okay? I will go to others, and one doesn't mean much of anything.
Nope.
That's my position.
Right.
You have to be fair, because there are things involved here, okay? There's state statutes and there's case law. Okay, check the state statutes
We have.
and the case law.
Yep.
Okay. What have you checked? Fair
Give us the
share.
microphone, we'll tell you.
Okay.
Give us the microphone, we'll tell you.
Okay, I'm still doing research. I'm doing my research.
What happened to the 3-minute time limit?
Okay, 3-minute time limits on.
Good. Can
Could I introduce myself? Terry Stewart, supervisor. Thank everyone for voting me this year. I've been in here, but I'm totally against this too, and I'm going to work with the people to see what we can do.
Hold the mic closer.
Hold the mic closer. Okay.
Repeat that so they can hear you.
Last meeting when we got these here, we was in the office. What did Bill ask you? He said, you gotta watch the Sturge Mill project because this data center will take a lot of water. Remember him asking you that?
Yeah!
You said that to Brian when we sat right there in Mary's office.
No, I didn't say that.
You said if this data center would come through, they used a lot of summer water and we didn't want to hurt the Sturge Mill project.
Is that in the minutes? Anyway.
No, it was in the office over there and we were sitting there before we come out.
I was referencing the fact that we needed it as far as it's not even worth getting into.
Well, it's what you said.
I know that there's been a lot of money spent and a long time this has been planned to bring this Sturge Mills project down, and it seemed kind of useless to take in.
You had to watch your water consumption when you told me.
Carry whatever you want to say.
I didn't know what you were there and said it, that's all I'm pretty.
If they want to leave you, they'll leave you no matter what you say.
I don't
We did not bear.
You walked in and said that.
The project will, whether it's for a data center or what, it would free up capacity in some of our tighter areas or whatever.
And I have here in my notes what I got there was the business of Jake Corman was scoping the township out for a data center. And a quick review of the code and the ordinance, it would post comment related to a warehouse and it would be allowable within the industrial zoning. That's what they were going on right there. I highlighted it on my notes.
You're going to find that it's allowed industrial zone.
It's not, it would need conditional use.
It's not equated to
You know, but we never found out. I was kind of upset because you guys all knew about this meeting with us, and none of us supervisors did.
All right.
But here, Mr.
Speaking on our turn, you know, we apologize, we weren't aware.
Get him, Corri! Get him, Corri!
There's 5 different types of data centers.
Yeah.
The one that you're referring to over at Penn State College, that's just for their college use. It's not a big thing, right?
No, it's not a big center.
No.
It's on 5
I'm not
acres.
trying to be a smart ass about that either.
Right.
Don't worry about
But what we've all been seeing is disaster of the ones that we're seeing online from our neighbors and our friends. We don't need anybody to go look. We've seen it, and we're the people, and we don't want it. So, I'm begging you to please write the ordinance to do the very best to keep these people out.
I'm going to write an ordinance that governs data centers.
Speak up, please.
As you know, under the MPC, Municipalities Planning Code, a township has to provide for every use, including data centers. So, our ordinance currently does not govern data centers. They weren't around when this was adopted. So what I'm doing is I'm going to write a data center ordinance. I'm going to regulate the hell out of everything. I'm going to regulate water use, I'm going to regulate sewer use, and maybe the developers will find it too much, or maybe they won't. But that's what I'm going to do. Sound barriers, screening, air.
Hold the mic closer, please.
Night lights?
Lights, air,
Like air quality from generators, and if they would have to...
Oh, from the generators, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
As Corri alluded to, there are different types of data centers, so we need to be very specific that if it's AI, hyperscale data center.
No, we want to keep them all out.
Well,
We're gonna write them.
Yeah.
We don't want any
My
of them.
plan is to just address data center and define data center, and then cover all
We have
five
to be very,
classes.
we need to be specific with also, you know, particular kinds of data centers, and can it not, you know, can somebody just classify a data center as a warehouse?
No,
Warehouse
because we're gonna
project
regulate.
Okay.
We're gonna have a data center ordinance, they won't be warehouses.
don't want one.
What will it do to our housing?
To the housing?
Yeah, or if we want to sell it, what's it gonna do to our property? It's gonna downgrade it.
No, not necessarily. No, not if it's screened. Yes, sir.
So we're asking you that you require these companies that want to come in here and do this to us to be bonded to the highest degree possible for disruption to our personal well waters and devaluation of our property because of the adverse reactions or adverse effects that they're going to have on our community. These poor people that live over at Colonial Hills, they worked their entire lives to pay for their houses, sir, and they ain't going to be worth a diddle after this goes in. We don't want this here.
I hear you. Okay. Yes.
My name is Stacy Clark. I actually live right north of this property, and I'm just going to determine our property values, and you guys can go there as well. We don't want it.
Gotcha. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Is it too late? Is the land pending sale?
I don't know about a sale. It's not too late. So when they file a preliminary subdivision plan with the township, that sets it in motion. The law that exists on that day is what applies no matter what we do afterwards. So there is a bit of a race. I need to get this new ordinance in place before they come in and file that.
Yes.
We don't want them here.
Have you ever written an ordinance like this?
I've written many an ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anything else from you? Yes.
Are you gonna publish this pending doctrine, the ordinance doctrine? Is it gonna be published to the public ahead of time?
Is it gonna be, you're gonna publish it in the newspaper? The pending
Yes,
ordinance?
yes. An ordinance adoption has multiple steps, public hearing, to advertisements in the newspaper. There'll be meetings here where we'll go back and forth on language.
But that stops it right there, right, as soon as you put it in paper.
No, it has to be adopted.
What's that process? Like what all, I know there's a planning committee and a zoning committee and then we've got our supervisors. So who all has to approve? Like what's that approval process and is it something that we can expedite?
Well, I promise you I'm going to work on this as fast as I can. I've had talks with the supervisors about even special meetings because once a month may not get it done.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's the ask from the public.
And by the way, I'm new here.
I know. We know.
Is a moratorium on the table, or is that illegal?
You can't have a moratorium.
I'm sorry.
There is a process under curative amendment, which I don't know if I'm going to recommend they go to or not.
I agree.
Because
then you can't change it again for 3 years.
That's right. That's exactly right.
We've crashed course.
Oh, yeah.
There's 24 pages regarding wind turbines that I believe Mr. Ellinger helped write.
Yes.
Tons of similarities with zoning, with setbacks, with noise ordinance.
As I understand it,
Jim Smith helped
wind
write them.
turbine ordinance, somebody came along, they wanted to do wind turbines, and they hurried up and did an ordinance. And the wind turbines aren't there, as I understand, correct? Okay.
We pray this happens for the data center too.
It may not, but I'm telling you, I'm going to regulate this to the maximum amount I can.
So at this point of the game, is there, how far?
In 2007,
how far into-
keep up.
At this point of the game, does the data center have any leg up on anything at this point? I mean, have they been given a green light for anything or what? Where are we?
We don't have a proposal.
Well, I'm saying, like, how far into having anything happen?
They have not officially filed anything. From what I heard here today, they've made a call to the water authority to check their capacity. They have capacity. I don't know how much they need. Sewer authority, I'm not real sure of, but they have capacity, it seems. Plus, they'd have to pay for anything that they add on to it. So if they need additional capacity of sewer, they would pay to add it. Filing a preliminary plan, they haven't done yet, and that's what we're racing. Yes, sir.
I think I know a lot of people here. I've only been here 40-some years of my life. I don't recognize everyone. Is anyone here that represents a data center? Inside or outside? Anyone?
There's one here. He's on the board.
Thanks for the clarification, Corri.
On the board. I do actually, in regards to this meeting, this would be directed at you. I just want to ask, do you believe that we may or may not be in violation of the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act by not holding a municipality meeting where others can attend? I'm just asking. I don't know the answer to the question. I'm just asking. Just for reference. For the reference.
We all want a voice out
You're
here.
all here, that counts.
Okay.
Make a motion to change the time.
What, the 45 inside? That's the fire code. We only have 45 in here, and that's why everybody else is out there. That's why I apologize for this speaker setup, but I didn't do it.
Can we make a motion to have meetings at a different, larger facility and at a more appropriate time for working people?
Not for.
There is, and it was postponed a bit, a meeting to be held at Granville Fire Company, their auxiliary building, if you want to call it that. At that point in time, I would like to have others there. I would like to have a moderator that was a neutral person, someone out of the community that is used to doing these sort of things, and a well-known person. And at that point in time, that was the appropriate way, to do this, so we could handle it. So it's coming. You seem like you know what's going. These things take time to go and get everybody ready. We're formulating this until we had the change of solicitorship, so we can go back. I wanted, at that point, who I wanted there was the commissioners, the representatives from the data center. I would like to have the MCIDC there. I would like to have President Pro Tem Senator Judy Ward there, the water company, and I would like to have Terry Benninghoff there. Okay, and then you can kind of get it from, I guess, all sides involved in this thing. I've said many times here, the supervisors, yes, we hear it, but we have ordinances for abide by. We're formulating one. We have.
I gotta stop this recording for a second so I can get my notes.
Ordinances, I guess, that the county have or will necessarily be laws.
More people that live here can attend them.
We would probably, like Mr. Lighty said, we would have special meetings.
Okay,
As
so-
needed, we could have those at 7 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, so that's a yes. You're going to make a motion that you're going to have the special meetings at 7 p.m. Is that what I'm hearing?
Special meetings, yes, we can.
Okay.
I can't make a motion. I can ask for a motion, I will ask for a motion.
Okay.
Unless I leave the chair, then I can make the motion.
Okay, can we do that right now? Can we ask for a motion?
I make a motion.
We don't know the time.
No, what I'm
Time of day. You're asking for it to be night in a bigger location.
Right, yeah. Make a motion that we have these special meetings in the evening at a larger location with the location and the time of 6 p.m. or later to be verified. We can make that kind of motion right now, can we not?
No, it's not on the agenda. But these three gentlemen can just decide if they want to do it.
Exactly, that's what I'm asking.
First, I gotta talk to Dan Cherry, see what dates are available up there at the center. That's a big building. Talk to Paul Milner, see about have it?
It's the Granville Community Center by Malta. Yeah, hundreds of people.
Seats like 300 people.
300 people.
With plenty of standing room.
Also, we're supposed to hold one
Seats,
with everybody out there, you know what I mean, with the commissioners, everything, we wanna hold that up there anyways at the convention center for us, and get some of that out of our way, you know, I want to learn more about it.
Okay, we kind of digress from where we were. I have these gentlemen standing up here. I think we could dismiss those.
Because he calls me the chief propagandist.
Signing out.
Environmental study done on the property, because you know there's endangered species on that property.
That's part of the
DET.
That would be a responsibility of the data center.
data center.
No.
There's endangered species there. You can look it up.
It will be in the ordinance.
Let's let the fox watch the hen house.
Development ordinance covers things like endangered species. Data center people will pay for some legitimate person to come in and study that.
There's pictures. Just list them. We all know it. They're there right now. Look it up. I'll bring it out and see it. There's endangered species on the property.
Okay. Brian, Travis, Steve, thanks a lot for coming, I appreciate it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We called you a liar.
Gene Stewart.
Okay, moving on.
He's got a primer.
Citizens' comments. Gene Stewart.
I don't need the mic.
They want to hear you. Here, you can sit down. I'll hand it to you.
I'm a little nervous at this. A lot of my questions and concerns have been answered. But I'm speaking to you three township supervisors personally. Mifflin County is one of the poorest counties in Pennsylvania. For the past 15, 20 years, I have been volunteering at a food distribution center. I see people come through. 2 very important months have stuck out in my mind after all these years. 1 month, a little boy comes through with his mother. They asked the adult questions. The mother was talking to one of the employees. I'm at the end of the line. This little boy says, "Mommy, are they pears?" Mother didn't hear him. I said, "Do you like pears?" He said, "Yes." I said, "They're pears." His face lit up like it was Christmas time. I had another time. A woman came through with 2 boys. I was at the end of the line again, giving out food. I had milk, cheese, butter that went in their cart. The little boy said, "Mommy, did we get all this food for nothing?" The mother nodded and said yes. The little boy said, "Mommy, maybe we should come here more often so we don't go hungry." The bottom line in this whole situation is to me, don't take food off of the table in Mifflin County. Don't, please, pass an order so that farmland cannot be used for anything but putting food on the table. I'm here to represent everybody who can have food on their table. Please, take that into consideration.
God bless you, ma'am.
I thank you for your time.
Linda Shoup.
Shoup. S-H-O-U-P.
Ah, all right.
Like the word shout.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Linda Shoup, and I live on South Street in Lewistown. I've only lived here since 2022, but I've been spending a lot of time on the Juniata River for about 50 years where my late husband's family had a cottage. So I know the value of our streams and rivers and the farmlands that we have. So I have huge concerns about an AI data center specifically, because we all know that smaller data centers exist and we don't even know they're here. And they don't disrupt our daily lives or destroy our environment. We already did determine with the engineers that any costs for infrastructure regarding the roads and also sewer, increased sewer capacity will be paid for by the data center owners. We really need to make sure in our ordinance that these things are enforceable, because promises are made, and if it's not written in black and white, corporations don't usually hold up their end. Also, the construction. If the roads are damaged during the construction period, that would replace them. Will there be any local people being used to construct this data center, or will they all be, out of town mega construction companies? Again, we talked about water pollution to the river and also to the wells in the surrounding areas. Noise pollution. Will they, if the infrastructure for electricity is not there, will they be bringing in generators? How many? Will they stay after construction? Will they be running 24/7, and what will be the decibel levels? Will this destroy any wildlife, as someone said, there is some endangered species in the area, and even plant life? Will it devalue our homes? That's what we're all concerned about, because our homes are our biggest investment of our lives. And people like me who are widows and have to fend for myself, it is doubly important that my home does not lose its value in becoming. But it is the working, young working people. What happens if this project fails, and if we no longer have revenue? Will we have revenue from it? How much? Does it last forever? Is it really worth the trade-off of potential pollution, such as noise pollution, light pollution, and damage to our whole county? Because this will affect the whole county, not just...
The phone's going to die. Get on Nate Fisher's Facebook, and we're going to go live from Nate Fisher's phone.
Actually, we demand to see site plans from this development.
Are you willing to mortgage your house to fight them? That's my first question to the audience out here. Josh Shapiro was already signing on to this. President Donald Trump is with us. McCormick is with us. The guys who are dealing with data center and powerhouse, they're all for it. The question is, are you ready in case they come through? That's my question. What are you going to do? I realize many of you have been 40 years, 50 years. Remember this. Dinosaurs are in a museum for a reason. They failed to adapt. We're now in a situation where we're going to have to face that, whether you like it or not. Now to the Township Hall here, I want to make it very clear. You may say you're against it. Fine. I'm just saying, you might get phone calls from other people like McCormick. Who knows who? Josh Shapiro. They're going to ask you what's your decisions. Who makes the final say on this?
It's our decision.
Your decision?
Citizens' decision. We're the ones that have to live with it. Why wouldn't it be our decision?
My first question to you is going to be addressed as this. They're coming here with money and they're coming in with influence. My question is, are you willing to mortgage your property?
We're coming here with our bodies, and that's going to be enough. Who gets the money?
We're not AI, we're human.
I know that, but they're not looking at you.
They will
That's
be.
the problem.
They will be if I have to be in the front line, laying across their gates.
All they're going to do is arrest you.
Yeah, and I'll get right back out and do it again. I'll do whatever I have to do. I live a half a mile from that place. Okay, I'm on Loop Road.
Okay.
And I'm investing in my house today.
Fine.
I just got permits.
I'm
And I don't need somebody coming in.
I'm just making a point to you.
Well, I disagree
Everything's
with you,
preliminary.
and I'll shut up.
From what I've heard so far, it's all preliminary. Nothing has been laid out solid yet. But be ready in case...
I am ready, and it starts today.
We're all
Really? You're all
We're
ready.
assuming this is going to definitely come here.
We don't even know that yet.
We
The
don't.
reactor
know that.
That's
So
what we're
Bureau
preparing
is
for.
apparently realizing the damage.
Okay.
That
Right.
is calling it back.
Right now, Microsoft already signed a contract with Constellation Energy to reactivate Reactor 1 on 3 Mile Island to provide power.
Yes.
They're gonna need it.
They're not gonna get it here.
Oh, they will.
Oh, no, they won't.
If they decide to come
No,
here.
they won't.
Wait a minute.
I'll be dead.
I'm just, look, I've heard your opinion. Everybody has their opinion. I'm just telling you, they've come in here with money. They wanna be in this area,
Timer.
What do
they're
you
gonna
think
get
money
it.
is?
You ever hear the word eminent domain?
If they go that route, they're in big trouble.
That's an option.
Hasn't been put out there.
It depends how bad you wanna be in this area.
Are you for the data center or against it?
I've been through it, I know what they're like, I'm just simply telling you what's coming. Be prepared. If they say,
God, where's he live?
I'm just making the point, if they decide to take it, what are you gonna do?
I told you what I was.
I'm gonna fight for my land. I have from an investment company
Yeah.
in New Jersey already have come and contacted me wanting to buy property and any other properties that I have. I'm hanging on to. I'll die in that property. I'll stand here and I'll
I'm
die
just
that
making a
my
point.
children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren have food on the table. Money means nothing if you have nothing in your belly.
Okay, let's,
Anyway.
Sir, I have one question for you.
I'm just making a point to all of you.
he's
I
not
understand
here,
your
he's
position.
giving his opinion, just like anybody else. He's not here to banter with you, he's giving.
I'm not
his
bantering the man. I got a question
He
for
doesn't
him.
have to answer
Okay, thank you, sir. One, you're saying, you're asking us, are we prepared? As somebody that is has been actively engaged in data center activity, and you know what they are and how they operate,
right?
What would you urge us to do to prepare for it?
At this point, be proactive. In other words, watch what comes out of here and see what decisions they make. Find out more about this data center, what it requires. Can it be done? Second option of the other side of the coin. When they start coming in here, just basically put a legal action, make them spend their money. That's key right there. The point is, I'm wondering what other kind of tactics they would apply. Could be with people with money, they'll try every aspect, either to buy you out or shut you up. Okay? Just be prepared for that. Because if they want it in here, which is possible, the one down in Carlisle is being built. That's a 700-acre property out there being put in data centers. I know what they're doing. Microsoft, Google, IBM, I forget who else it is. They got software that's going to go on those servers to work to do their business. That could be also aspect for governments, watching for terrorists, or even for that matter, surveilling you. Okay? We live in an age right now, anonymity, or I should say hidden identity is fading out. Everyone's going to be required to carry a digital ID. That's coming too. And I worked at Google, you had it.
Oh my God. I know.
The digital ID, that's the mark of the beast, brother.
I just want to make that point to
The mark of the beast.
Be ready. Because it is coming.
I hope we can consider you an ally also.
Wow. I'm just warning you.
Your information is valued, and I apologize if you felt like you were personally attacked today here, because that's not what our community wants. We want to work together to make this go away.
Now we got a bunch of people right now, a lot of money coming here, they want to put a data center bad because the contract for that nuclear reactor
Tyler,
is going to be
Fida.
signed a year ago. And it's going to come online 27, 28, 28.
But that doesn't mean we can't stop them, just because they have money.
Yeah, if you want to do that, we're going to move on.
Yeah. You started that way
Okay.
too soon.
We have
Yeah, right.
Tyler, Fida.
Shouldn't have started the time.
Restart your time. Morning, everyone. I'm speaking on behalf of Standard Steel and our concerns that we have about the proposed construction of a hyperscale data center here in Mifflin County. I did send a letter to this council and the county commissioners on Friday outlining those concerns, but I wanted to come here today and voice those concerns in person. We just learned about the potential construction of a data center a few weeks ago, and we've been doing our own internal due diligence to quantify the effect this would have on our operations in Burnham. We have also been engaging our utility partners, First Energy and Penelec, to understand how these types of projects are handled. Our first major concern is the impact this proposed data center would have on our incoming power supply. We operate an electric arc furnace to melt scrap steel that goes into our wheels and axles. The efficiency of these types of furnaces is highly dependent on a steady and stable incoming power supply. When connected to the same power grid, data centers and their large power demands tend to alter the stability of this power supply to a furnace such as ours. Consistent disruption of this power supply has the potential to add millions of dollars to our annual operating costs, affecting our profitability and competitiveness of our products. Our second major concern is the effect that the data center could have on our power bill. Standard Steel is the largest consumer of power in Mifflin County and one of the largest consumers in the state of Pennsylvania. One of our largest costs is electricity. We have confirmed with Penelec that the current power infrastructure in Mifflin County offers no opportunity to support this type of load a hyperscale data center would require. A dedicated power feed and supporting infrastructure build-out would be required. Under current PJM power grid regulations, the costs for grid upgrades are shared amongst all ratepayers in that RTO, or Regional Transmission Organization. This means that everyone in the Penelec RTO would pay for this build-out. As one of the largest consumers on the Penelec RTO, Standard Steel would see a significant increase in our monthly bill to support the grid upgrades for this data center. Again, this would directly affect our bottom line. Our third major concern is the potential increase in curtailment events in our region. Large consumers of electricity, such as Standard Steel, participate in curtailment programs to help the power grid manage peak demand periods. This means we shut our power demand down to allow the grid to distribute that power elsewhere during peak times of demand. Typically, these types of events are only triggered by extreme weather once every few years. However, last summer, we had 4 events within 2 months due to increased strain on the grid, largely caused by data centers, as what is proposed in Granville Township. When curtailment is dispatched, we are unable to melt steel, and it drastically affects the efficiency of our operations. Adding another large consumer of electric to the area will most likely increase the frequency of these events in our region and further hamper our steel melting operations. As I'm sure most of you are aware, Standard Steel has been a pillar of the local economy in Mifflin County for nearly 200 years. We employ nearly 600 people, with 500 of those being union positions. We contribute well over $100 million annually to the local economy of Central Pennsylvania through our payroll and procurement activities. We are asking you to consider our concerns as you move forward evaluating this project. We are willing to collaborate with developers, supervisors, and any key stakeholders to address all these concerns to ensure there is no impact on Standard Steel and our ability to produce quality wheels and axles for our customers. We need to have a clear understanding of what is proposed, how it will be built, and arrangements in place to guarantee there will be no impact on our operations in Burnham. Thank you.
Woo! Very powerful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's a tough one to follow up. I do want to direct a comment to you. Is they're coming here. It's funny why they're coming here, because land's cheap here. Land's cheap. Land's cheap. Look, it was funny. I was preparing for the speech, and I actually used Google AI to talk about the quality of life.
You don't have a choice.
All without a name.
Our data centers bad for the community's quality of life. Response: data centers significantly degrade a community's quality of life, straining shared resources and introducing persistent nuisances.
That's why reactor one's firing back up again.
I don't care if reactor one's firing back up again. So look, this is not about rich or poor, Democratic or Republican. It's just not. You know, in the political world, we all want to come together as, you know, Democrats, Republicans. Why can't we come together? Why can't we come together? Well, here we are. We're all coming together, standing here, and I don't know if it's going to be in this world or the next, but you and you and you and you will be judged by securing these people's quality of life. Okay, that's all we have here. All right? If you read in the newspaper, Mifflin County School District wants to increase classroom size. Do you think it's good or bad for our children? Not great. Not good. Okay? The only thing we have here is preserving the quality of life. And look at me when I say this. Preserving the quality of life for every citizen here that voted you into that seat. Okay? That is all we have. And so, we need to do our job with you to make sure that every citizen, whether you live on Loop Road, you live in Granville Township, you live in just Lewistown Borough, Reedsville, Belleville, Standard Steel, I don't care who it is. Every citizen here needs a better quality of life tomorrow than they had today. And if the data center cannot provide that, we need to put ordinances in to stop it or preserve it. That is it. That is what we are asking. If it's going to come here, it's going to come here. But the quality of life must remain the same. Yes. Do we understand?
We need info.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? Yes. Are you sure? One more time. One more time. Do you agree with that? Okay. You agree with that? Thank you.
Amen, brother.
Give me your word. Don't go back on it. Same quality of life. You give me your word.
To do it.
Now that's why you're sitting there. You gave me your word. Don't go back on your word. Thank you.
Thank you.
See the next one.
Okay, he's not on the agenda. Okay. All right, whoever's on, let him go. Stephen Kitty.
I think he's here.
Not here.
He's not here.
Okay, Mike Leeper.
Can we yield his minutes to Dale?
Anyways, thank you very much for answering actually some of the questions I already had. One was, what I'd like to do is, if I can have an answer, I don't want to waste my 3-minute time on
I didn't even reset you.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So anyways,
I guess you take offense to that.
But at any rate, what I'll do is I'll just kind of ask these questions collectively, and then you can answer afterwards. I'm sure would appreciate it. I think we all would appreciate it. First of all, when did you first hear of, learn of, had any information about a proposal or possibility of a so-called data center here in Granville Township, Mifflin County? Again, I'll move on to another one. Did you, and I think we already had some answers to this, did you sign, agree to, enter into, or are you under an NDA or non-disclosure agreement with anyone or any developer, company, organization, governmental agency, anyone, landowner, about the proposal of a possible development of a construction of a data center within Granville Township, Mifflin County, Pennsylvania? And I think that our Mr. Solicitor said that that is not best practices, I guess is the best way to say that. And the other question that was already kind of answered, I know you asked for no redundancy, but I think it's worth repeating, is individually, are you in favor or opposed to the construction or development of a data center within Granville Township, Mifflin County? And if yes, why? And then one other question. Again, I'd appreciate if you could go and answer some of these questions. How many employees will a data center employ? What is the employment rate or unemployment rate in Granville Township? And what skill level does an employee need to be employed at a data center? I'd appreciate if you could answer some questions.
How many other jobs will you put out of business because they can't pay their electric bill? Unemployed people.
Make them homeless. You're right.
some of these things I think we probably can't answer because we don't have the information to answer it. When you're posing what is the unemployment rate and things such as that, okay? I knew about the data center before the meeting in May. That's the only time I knew about it. Okay? Now, what was the next?
Well, the non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure, I have not signed a non-disclosure.
Sign or agree to, I guess, is the
No.
Has anybody?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't either.
Anybody else?
What about Mary Hertel? She's not present. Oh, she's someone. Can't answer for
There's no
her.
NDA on file.
So, as I understand from your answer, Mr. Pate, that you just first heard about this within the last week or so, or May,
Whatever
last
that
couple
was.
weeks or so. So it really wasn't public information, all of a sudden it cropped up, which Mifflin County is really notorious for public information, no secrets. So, appreciate that. The other one was, I asked was, again, I think I already got some answers to that. Are you in favor of or opposed to the construction development of a data center here in Granville Township, Mifflin County, Pennsylvania?
Frankly, I don't care. My concern is, okay, as I stated from the beginning, I guess if you're not with you, you're against you. I stated earlier today that I wanted information. I also know about the statutes and the case law of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Those things have to be adhered to. I know that we're writing our ordinance with this gentleman that I feel is highly qualified to do so with the best possible things that we can do according to the statutes and case law in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. From there, it goes. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. There's no, I'm in favor of it, or I'm not in favor of it.
How? How are you not? Shouldn't you care?
Either you are or you're not.
You should care about your community.
I care about
He doesn't live
every
close
dime.
enough to care.
It doesn't matter what I care on this.
You are representing us. You should care.
I care that this is done correctly.
Care about the people.
I don't know where it is. You should be on the committee.
I care about the building of it.
Hey, you know, I can't say what is yes or no because we don't know what's going on here. We don't know the size of anything of this. I'm not going to carte blanche say that I'm in favor of something, probably, or against it because there are laws. Okay, and it's going to happen no matter what. No matter what any of us think, it's going to happen.
What is?
You're the problem. You're the problem.
You don't represent our views.
I said, if you'll wait, it's going to happen, meaning there's going to be finality. Finality will be what comes up in the ordinance, what comes up in supply of power, what have you not. Okay? If you want to fight this, it's going to take big bucks. I know that. It's going to take big bucks. Finish. You ask my opinion, I'm not going to debate. Okay? It's simple. We have to know what we're dealing with. Just because you're posing these things
Assume the worst.
doesn't make me want to violate the law.
So can I just ask one simple question?
Yes.
If you do not have to violate the law, and we can produce an ordinance which will keep a hyperscale AI data center out of Granville Township, will you vote yes for that ordinance?
If it's hyperscale, yes. But I don't think these things are hyperscale.
It's about 50
And I don't
acres.
think,
It's hyperscale.
I don't think that, there are things here, there's case law. Okay?
But I
There's
said-
case law in this,
Right,
but I have no
said,
control over that.
I know, but if the ordinance is written that doesn't violate any kind of case law or infringe any other statute, will you vote for the ordinance?
I don't think so. He doesn't have to. We know, we have two other people. Yeah.
I'll vote for the ordinance, yes.
You don't adopt an ordinance.
You're talking about the ordinance,
Right.
yes.
So will we get
You're
to see the
unregulated.
ordinance?
Just so you
Yeah.
all understand.
Yeah,
If
you
we
stepped
don't
out.
do this ordinance,
Yes, they said
you
they
are
were public.
unregulated.
It will be public.
They come in, they're a use not in your definitions. They go to the zoning hearing board, which doesn't have any standards to apply, they get approved. That's where you are right now.
Right, so that's what.
We don't want to be there, I can promise you that.
I know, that's they
why-
hired me a couple hours
That's
ago.
why we hired him.
Right.
Yes, to do this. I'm the one that said we need an ordinance concerning
But however
data
they feel
centers.
personally, what he's trying to say is the law in Pennsylvania is governed by the municipality's planning code. And it says you must provide for every use somewhere. A way around that, well, not around it, but we're gonna use that, and we're gonna write the strictest policy I can come up with that will pass constitutional
So
muster.
that's what I think everybody wants to know. Will he vote for that strictest policy ordinance
Yes.
that you can write?
I
That's
said
what
we
they want
needed,
to
we
know.
need to
I have a
define what it
question.
was. Yes.
I have a question. You write the ordinance, and it's okay. It comes back to the township, correct?
Right,
All right, three bones that are on that panel.
right?
What does it take to pass that ordinance? 1, 2, or 3?
Two.
Okay, all you gotta know is who's gonna vote who, and
So we
you
can vote
already
you out.
told me what you feel, you told me what you feel. It comes down to these two guys, you do an ordinance, a legal ordinance that's binding, it can't be broke. These two gentlemen pass it, this man, doesn't matter if he votes for or
I just said
against.
to you,
Is that correct? Is that correct?
You're correct.
Is that correct? That's why two guys, we're going to take two guys. Bill, you and I don't agree on a lot of things, but I know what you're saying. You're saying you're not going to decide one way or the other until the ordinance. I
just said if
understand
it
that.
was, I just said if it
Well,
was
then
written, it was
He's not
written.
gonna say anything.
That I agree with you. You can't say yes or no because you, at the beginning of the meeting, you said you were uncommitted.
Right.
These two gentlemen
But you
have
said about
committed
the
themselves.
favor. I said yes. Everybody read my lips. When this was going on, at first, I said, it came up, what is this thing? How do we define it? I mentioned this to Mr. Lighting. And the only thing we could thought, I guess it's a warehouse, I don't know. And then we needed counsel. So we got it, okay? And we realized it has to be specific to data center. And we set the meeting, I kept telling him, yes, we need an ordinance. I suggested the ordinance. He said that he would write the ordinance to the letter of the law. And that's fine with me. I will, when he's done with that ordinance, I trust that man, I will vote yes for it. What more do you want me to say?
You
There's
missed
a
my point.
process.
No, you missed
There's
my
a
point.
process.
No.
Ordinances don't just show up. They have to be advertised. There'll be a
Right.
meeting. I'm anticipating several meetings on it because we'll have to go back and forth on the language. They're not going to like my first draft. We're going to do all this in the public so you all can see it.
Right.
So pay attention.
Yeah, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if the ordinance, you're gonna bring the ordinance to these gentlemen.
Yes, because they have to approve
All right.
it. And it won't just be,
No, it's gonna
Every
take
meeting.
a process. But each one of these gentlemen has a vote. Okay? Each one of these gentlemen has a vote. We already know pretty much what two of these gentlemen are voting. So, like I said, Bill, you said in the beginning, you were undecided. I know what you're saying, you're undecided. But you could be swayed either way. Okay, let's hear.
One way or another. I forwarded to the board here the ordinance for, my name's Donald Parks, I live in Granville, so I have a lot of stake in Smith. Number one, I forwarded to the board the ordinance from Franklin County, Pennsylvania, which is generally viewed as a model ordinance to restrict data center use in Pennsylvania. So I urge you to review that document.
I read it.
I'll be looking at also if that's appropriate.
Yes, I read it, yes.
Please review it and see if you can use that for our
Exactly,
purpose. Number two, I'd like to bring up, just make a word to the board, that in my opinion, there's a strong possibility of violating the Pennsylvania nuisance laws that this data center would for the whole community of Colonial Hills. Because you're gonna have cooling tower discharge, which is laden with humidity, laden with chemicals, not to mention diesel generator exhaust. That whole development is downwind by like 300 yards of the proposed data center, and plus the noise and light pollution. So the Pennsylvania nuisance laws restrict what businesses can do to neighboring properties. So I feel that angle needs to be addressed.
I think all that will, yeah.
Okay, that's my input.
I'm not planning on addressing nuisance because that's a private cause of action. So if you are the victim of a nuisance, you bring a lawsuit yourself. That's not a matter for this ordinance.
Okay.
Isn't it in the township ordinance already? Noise?
There should be.
Noise?
There should be.
Noise pollution. No.
It's only due to animals.
It is addressed under certain things.
Agricultural.
Not abroad.
If your dog barks for more than 10 minutes, you can be fined and arrested. But businesses have different.
I would expect the ordinance to protect the residents from nuisance law violations.
Okay, I got it.
It would be a separate ordinance.
Mr. Lady, is it okay if I address you, Mr. Lady?
Sure.
Okay. Couple questions. Are we going to get the opportunity?
Nate, can you take the mic so they can hear you out there?
Sure, I'm sorry.
What happened to Corri?
She's next.
Mr. Lady, will we get the opportunity to review the proposed ordinance before it's voted on?
Yeah, it'll come to a meeting.
Okay, wonderful.
It'll be handed out at that meeting, so you'll see it.
Perfect.
They can comment on it.
And one other question. I think the general population would be interested in questioning Mark Ellinger and Mr. Mosby's interaction and conflict of interest. He was representing us, and we had to dismiss him because he went with Mr. Ellinger. Do we have any ground to do some investigation on that and pursue action against that gentleman?
I don't think so. That'd be, if it's a conflict of interest, he'd be in violation of the Ethics Act. That's a complaint to Harrisburg State Ethics Commission. And there's nothing, sorry.
I'm sorry.
If he violated a conflict of interest, that is a violation of the Ethics Act, which is a complaint to the Ethics Commission in Harrisburg. It's not something these guys deal with.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. You're up. Okay, now.
We also want to present this as part of, we've received so far 4,274 signatures. That we will email to you guys, but that's just what we've done so far in terms of petitions.
Okay.
It's still ongoing as well.
Okay. And that's Mifflin County signers.
Yes.
Yes.
Mifflin County, Granville Township. It's been open to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all over. It affects everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Now.
I'd like this to be entered for the record. This is our petitions. We have 4,000. Where's the microphone? we want this entered for the record. We have 4,274 signatures, and we still are collecting signatures at all of our local businesses. So there are 1,950 signatures on the change.org petition. And then we also have our weekend warriors were out hitting it hard, and they got us 2,319 written signatures in our community. That totals, the two together total 4,274 signatures, and the population in Granville Township is 4,600 people. That tells you how strongly this is opposed. We don't want this here. Thank you, Mr. Page.
Okay, I'm Corri Hockenberry, if you guys don't know. And I'm just going to be pretty direct and blunt. I'm here today to address a severe failure of leadership at the very top of this board. We're facing a crisis that will permanently alter Granville Township. Everyone here knows this data center is toxic and useless to this county. Now, Mr. Page, you're sitting here as the chairman. Act like it. Stop bashing and threatening your fellow supervisors on social media. Calling them conspiracy theorists is childish. You posted online, and I quote, "I see the chief propagandist and her henchmen are promoting misinformation and misleading the public." Well, Bill, the chief's here. Right there's the henchman.
We're right here. That's fine.
Bill, you posted on Facebook that this would be a tremendous tax income for Granville Township, Mifflin County, and the Mifflin County School District. So you actually believe that our property taxes will vanish, most of our county and school taxes as well. Does the school stadium fit into this fantasy of yours? Did they promise to pay for it?
Nobody promised me anything.
Here's a really important question. Are you stupid? I don't think that you're fit to be a public servant. Don't tell us it's tax saving when it forces families to choose between eating or keeping the light on. The tax fairy isn't a real thing. And speaking of public servants, it's a complete disgrace that a former supervisor, someone trusted to protect this township, would later financially benefit from interest tied to this proposal. Legal or not, it's a betrayal. Here's the proof that the community wants put it on the public record. The signed petitions of thousands of people across Granville. Thousands of your neighbors, taxpayers, and voters are demanding one thing. We're completely opposed to any type of a data center. We need these ordinances voted in to make it so undesirable that they leave for good. You need to protect our community, not billionaires raping our lands. The environmental gamble you're taking is terrifying. This proposed site is just a couple hundred feet away from the Juniata River, on land that is state-verified karst rock formations. If you don't know what that is, Google it. With the highest entry points of groundwater in the county. Putting an industrial monster this close to a river and water table threatens our entire ecosystem. To Supervisor Fury and Stewart, I thank you for holding the line and asking the tough questions. You're the only thing protecting Granville Township right now, and you have the support of all of Mifflin County.
I have one question I want to ask. I just have one question I want to ask. They said the water authority couldn't provide for a small marijuana plant. How are they going to do it for a big data center?
That wasn't the case.
That was the case. She mentioned it. She said that they could not supply the water for that. So how are you going to supply for a big data center?
Would you let me talk?
You can talk.
Okay. That marijuana center never got off the ground.
Because they couldn't supply the water for them.
No.
No.
Or did you smoke it all before they got open?
It was for the electricity.
It was for the electricity. It was for the electricity.
The problem also was, it just didn't happen, you know. I don't want to step on my foot, but there was a lot of animosity against it.
Like this?
I mean, I'm not for one neither, but if they
I'd
can't
rather have
supply
a
a little
weed
bit like that, how
factory
they gonna
beside.
supply
At least I'd be
that?
happy.
I'd like that pollution, right?
Nate.
Who's next? Okay, are we down to Mike
That's
Leeper?
I'm over there.
I thought we were done. Aren't we done?
Yeah.
Nate Fisher.
This is the last bit.
Well, but he hasn't said his actual.
Okay, I thought of one more question while Dale was speaking. Along the lines of being able to supply water, I want everyone to know that in my household, at my home, right now, for 7 years, we have dealt with taking showers and the Granville Fire Company filling the fire truck. And don't take this wrong, we need fire protection in our community. But the moment they tap the fire hydrant at the post office in Granville, if we're in the shower, guess what? I can tell you it takes 13 minutes to fill a fire truck because I got no water. Now, moving forward. Good morning. My name is Nate Fisher, and I am a resident of Granville Township. Before I begin, I want to make it clear that I understand this issue did not start at our township, nor did it begin with any one family or landowner. In my opinion, this situation began when Pennsylvania's leaders opened the door to large-scale data center development across rural communities without ensuring, first, that adequate protections were in place for the people who already live here. You and I and everybody outside, we're going to have to deal with this. I'm deeply frustrated that decisions potentially life-altering consequences for communities like ours will be encouraged before residents were ever meaningfully consulted. It feels as though rural Pennsylvanians were viewed as locations on a map rather than people's homes, farms, water resources, and a way of life that could be permanently affected. I am so disappointed that our laws and policies allow farmland that has been a part of our community for generations to become the target of industrial scale development simply because a corporation is willing to pay more than traditional agricultural uses ever could. While property owners certainly have rights, communities also have a stake in what happens around them. Many of us feel like we are here today trying to stop a snowball that was set in motion long before the proposal ever arrived in Granville Township. We did not ask for this fight, but we believe that our community is worth fighting for. What concerns me most is that I do not believe we currently have the laws, ordinance, and protections and infrastructure planning necessary to adequately protect our community. If this project moves forward, Mr. Lady, I certainly hope you can help us with these issues. The developers behind these projects are multi-billion-dollar companies with teams of engineers, attorneys, consultants, and specialists. Residents do not have resources. We are ordinary citizens doing the best we can do to understand what this project could mean for our township and our families in the future. As we learn, our concerns have only grown. Residents have serious questions about water usage, impacts on private wells, noise from round-the-clock operations, medical concerns from contaminants and constant sound waves, increased truck traffic, strain on local roads, rising energy demands, and potential impacts on utility costs. We are concerned about our wildlife, our environment, the long-term health of our community. We also have important questions about our emergency preparedness. How many backup generators are planned? What fuel will they use? How often will they run? Do our local emergency services have the resources necessary to respond to incidents involving a facility of this size? In the event of a power loss or a drought, who takes precedence? The residents' needs or the data center's needs? Perhaps most importantly, we need to know who bears responsibility if something goes wrong. Whether the issue is environmental contamination, infrastructure damage, or eventual decommissioning of the facility, residents deserve clear answers and enforceable protections before approvals move forward. These are not unreasonable questions, and these are questions responsible citizens should be asking before a project of this scale is approved. Our goal is not to create conflict. Our goal is to ensure that our community is protected. This community matters to us. People live here, work here, hunt here, fish here, raise their families here, and hope to pass this on to future generations. The people sitting in this room today are not lobbyists. They're not consultants. They're not attorneys or corporate representatives. We are your neighbors who will live with the consequences of this decision long after the developers move on. At the beginning of my remarks, I spoke about my frustration with state officials who opened the door to projects like this before many communities ever understood what was coming. But today, I'm not speaking to Harrisburg. I'm speaking to you three and the lawyer. I'm speaking to our elected officials who represent this township. You are entrusted with protecting the health, safety, welfare, and future of this community. I am asking you today to do what many residents feel has not been done at the state level. Put the Granville Township people first. We demand answers, we demand transparency, and we demand independent review. Demand protections and strict ordinances that will be put in place for decades from now. If this property truly serves the best interests of our community, then it should be able to withstand the highest scrutiny. If it cannot, then it has no business being here. This community is worth protecting, our farms are worth protecting, and our water is worth protecting, and our way of life is worth protecting. Please remember who put you here and who will remain here long after the data center is gone. Thank you, Mr. Page, for your time, and Mr. Shorey and Stewart. We all appreciate your efforts. I don't think you want to know the answer to that question.
People remember Rosa Parks, one woman that refused to give up her seat on the bus. Remember her. Stick together.
So this people can go to the restroom.
You will copy those remarks to them.
Yes, I do.
Say to them, just
Actually, I may have already given it to them.
recess so people can go to the restroom. Actually, she hadn't even the lunch yet.
Good job.
That sort of thing. Mary, can you take over? Okay. And you will make the motion. You're the chairman. I can't make a motion without leaving the chair. 10-minute recess.
They want to make a 10-minute recess, so.
See, I had
I'm going to
Joe
go back
Fiore
in.
and Joe Page both in school. That was very good.
Would everybody please take their seats so I can take a head count?
Did somebody? Yeah, that's right. Just about turned it off.
Okay. Okay. 20, 28. That's one led 17 people.
Closer to the country.
We'll let 17 people in or whatever's out there. Everybody here.
When I moved up, there was called my state.
They're gonna let 17 people in. One in, 17 people.
For everyone that just came in, if you please sign, there's 2 cover sheets there.
Probably, yeah.
There's an argument right here. Yeah, sure. Under the Seder federal. He was away at the time, but he called me and we talked. My son. About some of the stuff
My arm just hurts.
Somebody sit here. I'll forget.
I mean, I don't think we're good. We've all been standing so far. We're good.
Well,
We don't mind it.
Long time.
Then go sit down.
Actually,
Okay, if you would, sign the sign-up sheet, anyone that just came in. It's over there right now. We'll wait a few minutes for that to be passed around. I guess we can reconvene this. I need a motion to reconvene the regular township meeting for June 1st, 2026. Do I have a motion?
I want to say some, minutes ain't quite there. And
We need
there.
to re-enter the
Huh? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we have to get back to the meeting, yeah. Do I have a motion?
I'll make one.
You can.
One of you should.
This is a board thing. We were in recess, we're coming back in. We need a motion. We had a motion to leave the recess, now we have a motion to come back.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it, come back.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, if we want to give this, who else here might need to sign in sheet that wasn't here before? Okay. And a couple more people here can do that. We'll kind of start if one of you ladies over there would be nice enough to bring it over when it's finished and give it to Mrs. Bratton. Okay, that's her. Only one more signer? We have any?
No, there's a couple. Over here in the corner.
Okay, I will wait.
Everybody got to decide it. Yeah, I'm gonna. I wrote it wrong. You know how to read?
Oh, yes, yes. Wait a minute.
You in charge back here, Jeff?
Sure.
Okay, good job.
Yeah, you don't have to sign. No.
into the nuts and the bolts of the meeting, I guess. All right, need to approve the minutes of the last meeting. I assume everybody looked at them. Minutes of the meeting, regular meeting, 5/4/2026. I need a motion to approve the minutes.
I don't approve of them. It's all in there. And, had in there, Mary had been withholding information from Terry Stewart, but she just put in there that, he has been refused his own local vehicle GPS systems. And this here current thing I got April 10th, where I couldn't have no information. It has all current and future requests for information or access to the township GPSs. And the GPSs is, they do audit it, through the different municipals.
Okay, I think what's there, Terry, is with what was happening, she wanted it according to township code to be, everybody to be notified. This is, do you look it under, it's called micromanagement from supervisors, I believe.
Sunshine Act supersedes that.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, I wanted to have access instead of going to file rates against, Right to Know Act, to file on money, to get the rights to the township. I want to,
He's a supervisor.
have the rights to it. How can I do my job for the public? We said there, I explained to Mary that we're the board. She works for the board. We don't work for her. She don't tell the board members what to do. We work for the public.
I remember the last meeting that we had.
And then you adjourned it.
Right, you said.
Well, I was still talking.
You said.
I got it all here if you want to listen to it after.
No, I know what was said.
You go, boy.
Okay. You, you told her that you were her boss and that
I said
you
she
would.
works for the.
You said, I'm your boss and you will do as I said.
No,
He's not wrong.
I didn't say
Wait
you
a
did.
day, wait a day.
I didn't say that.
You can say that. Mr. Attorney, how do we handle this situation? Do you want to strike that from the meeting? Do you want
But I got it here on tape. I did not say.
Play it for the people.
Play it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, play it. Let's hear it right now.
She wrote that. Oh, it is in minutes. I ain't agreeing on your minutes.
Voting on the minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't agree on this time.
You didn't agree on the minutes.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
revive the
And
minutes.
that's why I didn't agree on the minutes. I said my point. Now they can finish voting if they agree on the minutes or not, right?
That's where we are.
That's where we are.
Right.
Less, what are you saying?
Yeah, I disagree. I didn't agree with the minutes, and I just
You wanna
allowed my
strike it
question
from
why
the
I
minutes.
did agree with the minutes.
Could we have actual minutes broke down and not just sparse, tiny little
So I
details?
ain't agreeing with the minutes. You can go from there.
Okay, now we're talking out again,
Oh, my God.
okay? Oh my God, yes. We're talking out again. I'm trying to talk to the attorney.
Look, honey, I'm next.
I don't know what he's driving at. I don't know that he wants to discuss this.
No, not yet.
Is it a personnel matter or what?
What's
Yeah,
written in the
matter.
minutes?
You're inadequate.
Yeah, I didn't want the minutes. The minutes I agreed to, but what's in the minutes wasn't all that was said here at last meeting.
What about, what's in the minutes that you don't agree?
What the minutes I didn't agree with, I said right there, that she wrote in the minutes here that it's just GPS systems. This here is all current and future requests for information or access to the GPS. The GPS, I wanted all requests for that, you know what I mean? That wasn't put in there. It's a GPS, but the GPSs were put in there for audit reason for the township. To see where we have so many municipals, to see where the guys' times are spent with the vehicles. So I can't have that unless I got it in writing. I put it in writing, get it from writing from the other two supervisors. The manager told us supervisors that's how it's gonna work.
But just the minutes. What's
Yeah.
written in the minutes is not correct.
Yeah.
Okay. What sentence do you wish to strike?
I wish to strike all current and future information,
And what should it have been?
Huh?
Should it have been anything else or nothing?
Well, the other stuff was that we explained that she shouldn't be telling us, we're the board. She works for the
That
board.
discussion's coming up.
Okay, yeah, that's coming, no, that'll be good in minutes.
We will discuss that executive session?
No, we have it on
It's
the
on the
agenda. On the agenda.
Right.
Okay,
Right now.
so your minutes are corrected to remove that one sentence that he wants removed.
Right.
If you're okay with that, then you second it and you vote yes.
Yeah, you need a motion
Okay,
to
I'll make a
strike.
motion on that. Unless that,
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Now, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting after the striking of Mr. Stewart's request.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Hey,
Yeah, I have a question. If Ms. Herto is being insubordinate to Terry, isn't that detrimental to working together as a group and having progress? Does she need disciplinary action?
yeah, anything that involves an employee has to be handled in executive session.
That's right.
Hey, how do I do that?
You don't do executive
I want to
session.
bring something to you and that I asked to be on this agenda, the 19th. I called in and I wanted on this agenda and the one for the planning commission, and I was told, it doesn't work that way, it's just for them.
That was me you spoke to?
And I
No,
said,
this was Herto.
Okay,
That was
and
me.
I said, I want on that. She said, no, people don't talk.
No, I didn't say
I
that.
said, let me finish.
Say the correct
I
thing
have-
of what I've said, and that is not it. That is not what I told you.
I waited respectively, and I didn't interrupt you, when you were gibberly jabbering, but I want to tell you what, I called in. And I also said, I wanted to know when the township supervisors knew about this data meeting, or the data center. He said, they don't know anything about it. I didn't tell you right then and there, I didn't say you're a liar. But I could have said, you're a liar, because I knew it.
We're kind of.
Then you
We're out
go
of
on and
whack.
on.
Yeah.
No, she goes on and on and on.
okay.
And I had to threaten her. I said to you, are
Okay,
you
we need to-
denying me my civil rights to be at that meeting? And
Were
you
you
said,
on
I'll
the
put it
agenda?
on.
Were you on the agenda?
Yeah, but I called in to make sure I was on it.
You also
Okay,
spoke
that's,
to
Uh,
doesn't matter how you get in there.
Minutes are approved.
yeah, it's irrelevant.
Minutes are
here.
approved.
Minutes are approved, we're moving on. Pay the bills, sign the checks, saw them. Okay, we got regular bills, check twice, pay those, et cetera, and the FTEs. Do I have a motion to approve the paying of the bills from 5/5/2026 to 6/1/26?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Department reports, y'all had a chance to look over that. Underneath there's a cash flow report. Department reports, the road, police, code officer, sewer department, overtime, April. Do I have a motion to approve the department reports and the ledger for expenditures?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, Brian, Steve, I guess you're up here.
So just normal updates, the Hostum projects, again, substantial completion was in October. So we have 4 more months of the warranty period. We're currently working with Cummins. One of the generators on site is having some auto starting issues when it's supposed to run on its routine cycle. So we're working through with that. We have another issue in the control panel, another one where one pump isn't running an auto all the time, but the other one is. The Stroh's project, as of now, the NPDS permit is in technical review, and the joint permit is waiting on the NPDS approval.
Go back to Austin. I got a lot of complaints, like the restaurant up here, Angelo's just had to put a trap in. All these years, they never had a problem until you guys got this system in there. And, is that part of that pump ain't working right, or what's going on? That whole line's up there getting gases in their houses smelling like crap.
So the pumps are working correctly. I believe we still are waiting on a couple of people to hook up. Whenever we design the project, we take into consideration wet well size, force main diameter size, so they do get proper turnover when everybody's connected to them. That's what's causing the odors, is when we don't get enough flow through that wet well turning it over and the force main turning it over. That water in there becomes septic and starts producing hydrogen sulfide.
What can you do about treating it? Because it's costing people money up there now. They're trying to put traps in their houses coming in. They're putting,
So what we're going to look into, we currently use a deodorant at pump station 1 at the First Quality pump station. We're going to try a trial run at the upper pump station, because we're not noticing it at the lower one. We're going to try it at the upper one first and see if that fixes it.
Put more chemicals up there, you mean?
Correct.
And what's that going to do to the plants? It'll make it higher in our counts?
With the size of those pump stations, it's going to be fairly minimal. And hopefully it's just a short-term thing until everybody does get hooked on and we start getting more turnover. Travis and myself have been up in the area several times, have witnessed the pumps turning on and off in different manholes through that area. Our noses are probably far out. We haven't noticed anything. But we have investigated it multiple times, and I actually have a meeting tomorrow with representatives from Maryland Biochemical to discuss odor chemicals.
Is that the problem up there by Bushman too, on the road?
Yeah, because that one, and that's been an issue for a long time. We just went through 10 years ago and had to replace the manhole below Walmart because of
hydrogen sulfide dissolves the concrete.
So the longer that water sits in those force mains, and you have force mains the whole way from Granville up to Bushman's, going from pump station to pump station to pump station. And all that does is just intensify the smell every time.
What's going to correct that then?
So that is one of the solutions that we were going to get to in the Stroh's project, rerouting those. We would be, instead of pump station 7, pumping to 9, and then 9 has a really long force main that then bottlenecks with another pump station. Both of those would be rerouted in the shorter force mains and not going in series to each other.
The longer it sets in those force mains, it uses up the oxygen. That's why you have to add chemicals sometimes. So you take out a pump station from it, eliminate it, it's sitting in a force main. It's only sitting half the time. So we're hoping that'll. If not, we will have to do some kind of chemical addition. That was part of the. That's part of the Stroh's project. Is to correct that issue.
Yes. What were those chemicals that you're going to use due to the water?
They're like a fertilizer, nitrogen-based fertilizer. Just use nitrogen instead of. So it spills on the ground and grows a lot of plants. It's like a liquid fertilizer.
What's your name now for the record?
Pat.
Last name?
Zen. I'm on the paper.
Okay. Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Need a motion to accept the engineer's report for May.
I'll make a motion.
Is it May or June? I guess. May, yeah.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion carries. We have quite a few old business things here. Start down in order. Established Township Military Flag Program.
Okay. I'll make a motion to go ahead with it.
Yeah, I just wanted to say too, I checked into a little more on that. Penelac seems to be pretty good. We follow the protocol, we should be in good shape. I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Replacement sign for Snook Hill. Get that out of the way, I've heard it for too long. As far as I'm concerned, somebody can make the motion.
Stokes Hill's spelled with an S at one end, the other end it ain't. So, citizens up there have been complaining, so.
The official thing is.
Replace the one sign at the top road, so.
Snook. I said just put a apostrophe in there.
So they want to make a motion to replace that one sign.
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, we get down here, this has been a discussion for a year, and I don't really know that we have to go into it in depth, but we have quite a few complaints of the lighting of Amish buggies, and it affects more over the Ferguson Valley, Fort Valley region than here. The other areas, but I looked at probably, they'll be moving in. That Kaufman farm out there is just the right size for them. And we kind of have, I want to get a bit of an update on this thing. You can read the Pennsylvania State laws.
Take it over for you. I did a lot of research. Give you pictures.
Yeah, I've already done all that. Okay.
While you wrote in here, give me an email, take care of this.
No, I said, would you please take care of that? I asked you to look at the statutes.
And you said as soon as you were being assumed to resort safety, since you are learning this in the field.
Right.
I'm requesting you to approach the Amish for actions. So that's what I did, and so I can tell you what I did with it.
Okay.
Okay, that's the email you sent me.
Yep.
It said in various emails, I have asked you to read the PA codes of vehicle and horse-drawn vehicles.
If you want to, let me continue. Okay. Okay. Joe, when this came up, Mrs. Kirk's here, and she has some concerns, and I have some concerns, as other people, I assume Joe does too, who live in the area, and ours are Schwarzenzuber, as you call them, white paws. And they're going with just triangles and lanterns, meaning kerosene lanterns, and they are a bit of a hazard. We have a little different philosophy than they do. I guess if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, is their philosophy. But I would feel really, really badly if somebody got hurt, okay, or someone's loved one got hurt because of this, or because someone you love was involved in an accident, or yourself, and had to live with that the rest of their lives. So we went on a pacifist type of journey to ask them to please do some updating of what they could do. Joe did that. My hat's off to him. He went on that deal. He tried, and you get, we don't have a bishop yet, and they promised some reflective tape. I haven't seen any of that. Have you seen any, Joe?
Terry has an update.
All right, that's what I want to get an update. Everything's right here in that paper.
Okay,
For you.
let's give it background.
Okay.
Okay. There is a horse-drawn vehicle, I guess code you would call it, you can look it up, for horse-drawn vehicles in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia has their own because of the fact of all the historic type places using carriages. I feel.
What's the emission laws on that?
Oh, the
Just curious.
Yep. It's a bunch of you know what. All right, so we're to no, we haven't had any progress. I have my opinion. Joe probably has his opinion. Now, Terry, what did you find on that?
Okay, in various emails, I asked you to read the PA code, the vehicle for strong vehicles, and reminder, a discussion of lighting and safety. Mrs. Kirk came to that meeting, I believe, with the complaints in last March. Joe went to the Amish and had seen given promises that have not yet been met. You said today that you represent both sides of the river. And why I said that is because we had a meeting before that, and he said everyone on my side of the river gave him a screw in, and I said, well, I ain't hear about a river. If the river wasn't here, you'd have to be for the whole township. And I said, I'm for both sides of the river at that time. So I foreseen why you said that to me. And I assumed the very considerate by the observing safety issues. Since you are learning in the field, I am requesting you to approach the Amish for actions that will correct these important issues of the public safety. So I went and talked to the Amish and stuff, and they claim that they had issues with some of our township supervisors. Like they had 10 days ago with a school 2 years ago, and they were closed, right, Mr. Page? Something happened there with that one?
Yep.
And then they built a house up Peach Orchard Road, and they claimed that a person there, one of the supervisors, kept going up there about every night watching them build a house and stuff.
I'm affiliated with land up there.
You are? Okay, but.
Yeah, up in the upper Peach Orchard.
And then they put a fence up, and he had a road crew, which I talked to Matt over here, and he said he had to go up and see it. They were 1 foot, their fence line was 1 foot over on the right of way from the road clearance, and so the Amish did that. He said he moved that also. And they have issues, but I got a letter here from their attorney with like religion and stuff about lighting and stuff with them. And I went and talked to them. Everyone there, over there now, they changed the lighting on their buggies. They put these new globes on, real bright LED like lenses on the front. Okay, I'll give you a package of that. They did the lighting change. Their buggies look like this, and on the way, it's hard to see. They don't have to put orange reflector. It's like a gray color, so it matches in there with their buggies. But they all got reflective tape on their buggies. Here's another picture of the clear part, if you guys want to see it. But I went over and he let me take pictures of it, and you can see here, Mr. Page, right here, all this here is reflector tape on their buggies now. They got it the whole way around the back.
I've seen them that don't have it on.
They got them. They all got them now. The
Okay.
bishop said they could go over. And
Who's-
here's the
do you know
back
who the
triangle and
bishop
stuff of them.
Do you know who the bishop is?
The bishop is he lives on the farm up there. He's right there where second plane that's the bishop. Yoder, I think that's what it was. And then L.B. Rick Yoder, he lives up in Swarmer's Drive there.
Yeah.
And then they have right here Fort Valley here with them. So, and now they bought some more ground. They said more of them's going to be moving here. But what I said, they did this here for us because Bill was saying about safety. What they need for safety, they need more buggy signs along the road there to do that. And they say that how many buggies do you see rear end people? A lot of people out here talking on cell phones and stuff. They're driving too fast for conditions. The problems, I don't think it's here with the Amish as much as the problem out there with the people driving too fast on their phones, not looking out for them. And they haven't, they're new in our neighborhood in the last few years, so everyone ain't alert with them like they are in Belleville or so. I did a search with all the other townships around us and everything. No one got an ordinance on them about their lighting and stuff. I talked to Teresa from Brown Township, and she educated me for over a half hour on the phone. She said and told me that this here is a long-going issue. They make God religion. If you go, the lawyers from Harrisburg come from there. They'll come from Nebraska, and if they had to. But they ain't doing nothing wrong. They're just trying to live an honest life. A lot of people can't agree with them in their neighborhood, but you just got to learn how to live with them. You know what I mean? Everyone ain't perfect. The township's here for everybody to live in. If you're Amish, if you're, Mexican, white, Americans, whatever, it's here for everyone to have an opportunity to live in this township. So I don't see it, and it's a PennDOT issue. It ain't a township issue to begin with, And as far as I know, I've talked to some of the policemen and stuff. Chad, have you been up like the DA? He ain't going to prosecute them. Is that what he tells you? Yeah, but state police,
that's where
the state police and all that, they go through the same issue, so you never see them get busted. they let them go, you know, and that. But a lot of them try to not drive at night too. They
Yes,
drive when they have to.
That's the conclusion we had reached last March.
So-
Yes, on that. Enforcement's a different thing. But if we could, my point is, what needed to be done, perhaps that they would do to make themselves more visible, especially from the rear.
And they did that for you. I mean, you can look at all the reflectors that you
Okay,
can see the reflector tapes on them. They did everything that you requested, and I said we'd start looking into some signs and maybe have the officers, but they said they had like cars come at them, they had horns blowing and stuff. And I said if they could get, they don't like conflict. I said if they could get me a license number, please call and give it to me. I would give it to one of our police departments and let them look into it. But you know, as far as that. But they feel like they've been harassed a good bit by people, and I told them that I appreciate what they did here.
As I understand it, the state law is that they are to have the yellow and red lights, and they are probably these LED lights. Those lights are supposed to work just like our cars, like turn signals. If they're gonna turn,
They can
they
use-
have to use them.
They can use hand signals just like a motorcycle.
But they're to have the red and yellow lights, and I talked to, and he's actually retired now, one of the top, not right here, state troopers, and when I started talking to him about it, he's told me, and I said, now you were a police officer? He said, yes. He said, religion does not overrule the state laws. He said, we have to abide by the state laws. So you're talking to the bishops, you can try to, I'll say, sway them to do the right thing.
Right, we know.
But now I did see there in the valley, they're starting to put some reflectors on some of theirs, but they still have the little candle lights. They don't have the red and yellow lights like the state law states.
Right, and we were down this road, it's a question, will the person that has to enforce it, enforce it? And that's probably not the cops, okay, so that's everybody's opinion. We have to deal with what we have, but that is an improvement. I will agree that the ones that have the reflectors on, not here, that tape, and I haven't seen any with tape on, but I'll be watching. And we got another issue because a lot of them come in too from other places.
The yellow and black toppers have, even during the day, they'll have their four-ways on and stuff. They're
Turn
really
signals
going
and
by it,
whole 9
but
yards.
it's the white toppers that
That
haven't
don't.
been doing it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to see where you are, what you found there, and
I think they did everything you're asked for. I think the matter would be done now.
I don't
It's
know
a PA issue, it ain't a supervising township issue. Have you guys noticed any Army buggies out there, the lights are brighter on them at night, or haven't you been noticing to see any?
I don't work nights with trees.
Okay.
I had noticed the reflective tape. You see that before you see the lights.
So you see it out there,
Reflective
okay.
tape works very well.
But they did this for you, Bill, and now, you know what I mean? I told them I would look in and see about getting more buggy signs for safety, and that's our issue with the township and about our police. Because, you know, if I get a phone number or something, they see.
Yeah, there are signs, but the problem with signs is nobody reads them. They get too many, so best thing is to slow things down, and our police force has been slowing things down, and they're going to continue to slow things down. We live over in the valley, Helen, all those places up
I
there.
don't know who's responsible for putting, I'll park the buggy signs up along the road, but out here from my place, they have one now.
That should be the state, I would say,
Somebody
because
put
some of
one
that
up recently.
stuff, they have, we're responsible for school signs, I guess. But right now, I can't pull anything off the top of my head. But, you know, every one of those roads are state roads, except Ward Valley and you know, up.
Ward Valley, Peach Orchard,
Yep.
Scrooge Run are townships.
Right, yeah, but, you know, we only have one group up past Peach Orchard, and that's back at Swarmers. And the other, you know, most of that's catches on State Road, you know, Big Ridge, Sand Ridge. Ward Valley is ours when you get farther up, but they very seldom travel that way because they're going, you know, the end of the line for them is down in Dairy Township there. Down, you know, down, we'll call it Ziegler's. Yeah.
Could we look into getting some signage up to raise awareness on our end of the spectrum?
What's our end of the spectrum?
Signage as like a road sign stating that there's horse and buggy traffic here.
Terry just said that.
Okay.
That's what he just said, and there are signs up, yes. Okay, there's been signs up since day
You
one.
just don't get people to follow the signage, that's the problem.
Yep, that's what he just said.
Are they
And
able to lower the speed limit from,
We have the speed limits are set by the state.
yeah,
Okay.
because I feel 50, well, I mean, I know we can't do, but 55 through out there, I mean, I go and clean for people, and I'll be going 55, 60, you'll have people passing you, and
Right,
I just
that's
think
why-
that road's too dangerous to
that's why
be
we're
55.
enforcing this. There's no 55 roads in Granville Township out there, if you're talking Ferguson Valley.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was not, I was speaking like throughout Belleville and everything like that.
Oh, no, you know, we have no jurisdiction there. Right,
Okay.
but we have nothing like that. If you go up Ferguson Valley and around, probably might meet up with one of our guys.
Mhm.
And it's ridiculous on these rural roads. I'll tell a story. I haven't told a story today, but Chief Weston followed a kid down Ferguson Valley, and he had him going 70 miles an hour down in North Valley. He finally got him stopped. Said, "Son, why are you in a hurry?" He said, "I'm going for a haircut." He said, "You keep driving like that, you're going to get your haircut. That last haircut on a slab at a funeral home." So, yeah, it's ridiculous. And in the valley, as we say, or the ridge where I live, there's a lot of hidden driveways. It's just, you can only do it with enforcement. That's all there is, and we're driving at that, yes. Okay, I guess we hashed that one out. Strode's Conjunction Consolidation Project.
I'll put that on. I would like to table the Stroke Mills and Junction Sewer Project till next year, giving us more time to go over the budget and the project with this board.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting recording minutes. We had quotes, whatever, but I don't know how we could justify buying that equipment now that we're cutting budget items that already have been budgeted to provide monies for, no offense, legal fees and other things unforeseen from the data set. That's my opinion on that. I don't know how you guys feel.
Table that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion to do that.
I'll make a motion to table that till a later date.
Right.
Yes.
To get the budget.
That was the first.
I'll second it.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Ashley, I've got no clue. 327055.
That's for the recording equipment that you just
Okay,
tabled.
yes, okay, yes, I thought maybe. Owl.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Last meeting, Sam Beers was here, and he requested concern of some children over here on Henrietta Street, and I told him that we would look into it and see what we're going to do. And these things came up because the data center has taken a lot of time, and we haven't been able to do the nuts and bolts for the citizens. And I promised Sam that we would look into it and do something. And I know Joe, I don't know Terry if you looked, I've looked, and I agree with Sam that there is an issue and there's a blind spot, and speed bumps or humps, however you want to call them, are difficult for snow and what have you not. There's a little conjecture with rumble strips. I do know up the intersection of Industrial Park at Old 22, you have people coming down from the country club area, running down there, and running straight through, and then up in Bower Socks and past Bower Socks, and almost back out on Business 22. So we, right at the stop sign before, we put rumble strips in, and these guys can correct me. You know, I don't think we had an incident down there since. One truck. Yeah. So we had a whole bunch of. So I kind of over here in the corner of the old firehouse. That's a blind corner. I know that the maps are exactly correct when you look at the Mifflin County mapping as to lines, but our right of way is real close to the edge of that building, and they come around the wrong way on occasion there at the current business.
Is it not a one-way street?
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not understanding why what you're concerned about a blind corner. There shouldn't be anybody coming the other direction.
But there are, and there's a chance there can be because it's being done. Okay. If you let me continue. Yeah. Okay. So my proposal would be a stop sign. And I sit over there one day watching how many kids got off the buses, etc. And people come flying down over the hill and then straight through there, no matter what is there. And you can always argue we're on our property from the business. Okay? So my proposal would be at an appropriate place, put some rumble strips and a stop sign. There's the corner of the firehouse. And then that slows everybody down if they don't get a running start and walk past Sam's house with the children playing up there at a high rate of speed. And I'd also propose that I would let him kind of decide and make a decision with us, another couple rumble strips up near his house or just past where he parks up there. So I told him I'd get back to him. What do you guys think?
I think that sounds.
What would rumble strips cost?
Nothing, we can mill them right in with the mill sitting over there.
Are they gonna solve the problem?
We can do them and save costs ourselves.
Yeah.
It's gonna stop them, yes.
Get a road group to mill them in.
They don't really stop you, they just slow you down.
You got a problem with that over there, Chad, much?
I mean, and if you push
You
them.
have problems over there with that much?
I'm not sure where you're talking.
Just right down the side of the tracks there.
Road or Henry?
No, right here, behind the old fire.
Coming from Roundhouse down to Henry.
Where we just have the parking, no more parking on the railroad, so the fire trucks can get around.
No. Yeah, they, and there will be a stop sign too there on the, I would say on the left, just for, you know, we've had a lot of improvements just making a lot of our intersections four-way stops. So we have. So if you guys approve, I don't necessarily know, Mr. Counsel, do we need a motion to do this, or do we just go ahead and do it? Okay, need a motion as per outline, place the stop signs and rumble strips at appropriate places.
I'll make a motion if we do it in-house, we take care of it.
Yeah, the mill's.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Even though it's a township road, the stop sign has to meet the warrants.
Right. Yep. Yep. If you want to put notes, sign or meet warrant.
Both sides. And,
Yeah. You have to actually register them too, put them on our ordinance. Okay, Joe, you made the motion, correct? Terry, you seconded it?
Second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion carries. Okay, prepare Sam. Pump station repairs, I think Travis outlined this to us.
There's a quote.
Next one's full budget.
Yeah, we didn't do pump station repairs yet.
Go off there, okay, that's okay. I'll take that.
Okay, pump station repairs, I mean, you gotta do it with that. It's the money's coming out of sewer side, they aren't commingled. So I have a motion to, authorize pump station repair.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
As I alluded to here, we have concluded that we need to, because of budget restraints and because of the latest happenings, we need to hold budgeted projects. So some of those that are in the budget, monies will be transferred to use for legal fees for this other situation that we've discussed at length today. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Sunshine and RTK.
Great to know that.
Yep.
I'd like to speak on that. I want to put with that there, any future supervisors that ever get elected to Granville Township, or anybody sitting here on this board, would always have rights to get to anything they need with the township. It's more or less right to know, but it's all act to the funds, the bonds, the budget, anything with the GPSs, because they're using for audited for the township, or any documents. We have rights 7 to 24. No manager or secretary can tell us we can't get it. Okay, from here on out, we have access. And then if we have a problem, we take it to the board, and the board will go over it. If we find something that we can save more money, we take it to someone can take it to the board, we discuss it and vote on it. The same way if we find something that ain't being done right, we can bring it to the board, discuss it, and vote on it. At that. But as far as a person to do the job for the people of you out here in Granville Township, we have the rights to go get anything we want and reserve it for you and look over it and, do our work for you.
I don't know that that's exactly kosher legally. I think any of that stuff you need to
look at it. I'm just saying, we have a problem, bring it to the board before we make a decision.
The second-class township code doesn't address how you organize your township. So this comes down to a trust issue. Do you trust everybody to look at everything individually, or do you want to look at it together?
As far as
Make a
making a
decision,
request.
stick to it. Okay?
As far as making a request.
Yeah.
For any documents, if I want to see the bonds.
If he wants to see the bonds or the GPS or anything, is he allowed, or does it take the whole board to
to make a motion
Yeah,
to
I
see
thought
it.
I thought it said that the manager shall present it, need approval of.
The manager works for you, and from what I understand, she's a strong manager, that's fine, you probably need that. But the manager, it will do whatever the board says.
The board, yes.
So I'd like to have it individual where we can look at the stuff and bring it to the board then, and have it discussed.
That's fine.
I'll make a motion.
But that doesn't mean it comes to discuss and vote by the board.
This all depends on how you want to organize your township. If you want, there's only 3 of you, you're the same party, hopefully you trust each other a little bit. If you trust everybody to go look at anything he wants to, that's fine. If you don't, you don't.
I trust everybody.
I think we should be able to go individually. I'll second your motion.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
Nate.
I have a question for Mr. Leidy. It's rumored that the township manager also sits on the Mifflin County Municipal Authority Board, and I have heard rumors that she gets paid to attend meetings over there during the township hours while she's collecting a salary from our township, and she goes over to the municipal authority meetings and collects a paycheck there also. I think that's kind of a conflict of interest.
Double dipping.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, would you be willing to look into that for the township, please?
Sure.
We would appreciate that.
Okay. Moving on. Union Pacific Railroad. What?
Granville Fire Company.
Oh. Yeah. Granville Fire Company, a matter of, I guess just an okay. They won $60,000 from the equipment fund, which we have in there, it's theirs. We need a motion to grant them the $60,000 that they want out of the equipment fund that's held for the fire company.
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, now, Union Pacific Big Boy's gonna stop here, and it'll be a big thing. Some of us have been down the road here before, 2 officers, myself, Jim was here. When the nickel train came, and it created quite a thing. It stopped up here and it picked up people and all that stuff, if any of you recall that. Now this big boy's coming, and you probably have heard about that. Anybody not know what the big boy is?
Giant steam train.
Yeah, the biggest. So it's going to go, it's on route, well, I don't know if it's on route yet, but it's going from Cheyenne to Chicago to Buffalo, across New York City, down to Philly for the 250th birthday. And then it's going to leave down there, it's going to head home back to Cheyenne, basically the same route, but at Pittsburgh it's going north and hooking back going westbound and down, okay? But it's going to stop here, and it originally was going to stop at the station, but our station up here is under renovation, and that thing is completely off limits. And this construction company won't let anybody up there except people getting on and off the train. So we kind of have a look, and it's going to stop up at Lewis Crossing for about a half an hour. I assume, probably, is what I gather, they'll probably have a fire truck there to give them a drink. So that takes some sort of precautions or traffic flow, because it'll make things crazy here. So we've kind of entrusted Chad and Dutch to take care of this and handle it. We're going to secure this road out here, people that need to come in, blah, 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 for maybe township business during that period of time. It's here from, do you guys remember when it's here for? A half an hour, it's around noon, after the Amtrak gets out. Okay. So, with that saying, you're going to be monitored. They're going to be able to go up towards Chemgrow, and they're going to be blocked off there. And they can just park up, or whoever. We can't possibly secure Norfolk Southern or Juniata Valley Railroad stuff. It's impossible. Really block off the road at 103 going down so people can get to their houses and get into the Chemgrow plant during this short period of time, but it will naturally become longer like this meeting. That's basically what we're doing, and that's about what we can do. Anything is I think they're hard to get, and I don't know how to do it, but we probably should, and we had them the last time. Jim, do you recall how we got this congested area signs the last time from PennDOT?
Well, Nickel Plate supplied signs to us prior.
Okay. All right. And we could get to them because we had the society and everything that owned it. But I don't know if it's final, but Norfolk Southern is now Union Pacific. Okay. So I have no way of getting a hold of Union Pacific. If you do, go ahead and tell them we need some signs, or anybody. So we'll do our best. It's short term, but that's kind of what's going on that. So if anybody asks, we got it taken care of to the best of our ability as far as I'm concerned. Chief Administrative Officer Pension Plan.
It's a resolution to assign somebody over the pension plans of the police pension plans.
Okay.
I think it's both police and non-uniform pension plans.
Okay.
It's just a point of contact for the pension company. The resolution reads that you appoint the chairman. You want that read?
You're talking as far as here?
Yes.
That's three.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to, this is the copy.
And we need a supervisor to be in charge of this little task as contact. It had been chairman, vice chairman, I guess. Is that what that is, actually? Okay, or we have to sign it, I guess. Says typically been made, but it doesn't have to be made, correct?
I don't believe so, but the resolution.
I'm kind of the liaison for the police department, so I can do it.
It's non-uniform?
It's both.
You said, what'd you say is kind of?
It's for both police and.
Right, what'd you say it's kind of been, or it's set for?
You'd be the chief administrative officer of the pension plans with the pension company. Do you
Right.
know more? I don't know any more about that.
Okay.
Jim wants a meeting. I'll
Okay.
second it.
No, some way he can't make the motion. Okay, I leave the chair. I make a motion that we appoint Joe Fiore to that position. I'm now returning to the chair.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Lady Patriot says, what model? multimodal grant. This is a grant we usually apply for. It's kind of an infrastructure type deal. Brian?
No, we'd be applying for the same project we did last year. It would be the repaving of Helen Street back to the train station parking lot, installing some lighting and sidewalks as well.
Right.
Again, the grant normally has a 30% match. They've waived it the past several years. We've got notification it's waived again. So it's a 0% match grant. We would just need a resolution to apply for it.
Just $100 fee for the permit.
Correct. Yep.
And everything else will be taken care of.
Yes.
Grant.
Yeah. That's a project, that project fits in well.
And we'll get your solicitor a copy of the resolution if you don't have one. Just review. It's the standard resolution.
Yes.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, I looked at it. It's
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, need a motion to apply for the multimodal grant.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Jim?
I'll be happy to write a letter of support for that as well.
Thank you, we appreciate that. Lady Patriots, they usually lease our ball field up there. That ball field in the Middle Road is pretty much dedicated to our team in the township for girls softball, boys little league baseball. This Lady Patriots, you probably know more than I do. That's kind of a universal, get the best people, the best girls, they play the best girls. We lease it to them. There are certain stipulations that all of them have to provide for the lease. It's nothing stringent at all. No money's involved as far as I know. We have a motion to lease the Lady Patriots to the park.
I'll make a motion to do that.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Zubler, DLI.
Okay, just to give the board a little background, downtown Lewistown at our annual meeting in June coming up. We have 24 members on our board. 8 are always coming up. We have rotating board positions. One of our board positions is Mary. So just wanted to put it forward if you would reappoint Mary to our board.
I'd like a question. I have a question on that.
Sure.
How do we benefit by the downtown?
So downtown Lewistown also provides services for the enterprise zone. The enterprise zone is Granville, Derry, Burnham Borough, and Lewistown Borough. So we provide service for businesses. We've written several tax credit applications for businesses within Granville Township. I'm sorry,
Downtown
four.
Lewistown, it seems like it's just downtown growth. You see the main street. It's all a lot of attention to just in town.
Well, that is our name, of course, but we do a number of, like I said, applications. We've done applications for Clayton Homes, Pennsylvania Insulated Glass, and we did 2 applications for Nittany Paper. So we have provided a number of services for Granville Township. Oh, we also did dairy with a Shy Bear when they were establishing their brew pub.
So what exactly did you do for them? Then advertise, or?
Excuse me?
What exactly do you do for them? Advertise, or
No,
what?
we provide, for example, if they're doing a larger type of improvement project, investment with job, both retention as well as growth, we can do the applications for them so they can get tax credits from the state to be able to benefit with their project.
And there is we do give you money, there's a donation, I guess.
$500 has been your typical, but there was no requirement with the previous resolution. It basically
Not
said.
anything against you or anything, but
Yeah.
I've been here 3.5 years, and you're here, I haven't heard you mention anything about downtown at a meeting.
Well,
It
we have.
benefited us at all.
Okay, I'd be happy to provide regular reports for you if you would appreciate that.
Well, with that, I'd just like to table this for now.
I'll second it.
Okay. Very good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Transfer of funds. We have to move money back and forth from investments. This time of the year, we get a lot in, and then it's a long dry spell. So it's a matter, you have to do it, motion to transfer funds.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Any exonerations, actually?
No.
No exonerations? Okay. No other business? Okay. Need a motion to adjourn to executive session?
That's how we gotta do it.
I need a motion to close this meeting, I guess we'll say, and enter into executive session and reconvene this meeting and then adjourn this meeting. Okay, got an order up there, we'll have that motion.
You good?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
You guys can all stay till we come back out.
Next meeting.
Okay, Wednesday.